Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network as we kick off another wrestling week with a little bit of WWE RAW stack night ahead. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. So, folks, get in that chat, click all the buttons, and strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Like I said, we're ready to kick off another crazy week in wrestling with a little bit of WWE RAW tonight. But me and that pretty face going to run everyone out there through all the action tonight. A lot to talk about, a lot to get into. We missed you this weekend, and we're happy to be back. But without further ado, for the next few hours, you're going to be stuck with Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its tag team, its YouTube tag stream champions of the world. You can tell it's a Monday because I fucked up the intro. Tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White, I'm Big Nick. And yes, tonight we start our double header of CM Punk, essentially. Night one with Punk on Raw, and then we'll back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Punk on NXT as well. So we get our double dose of Pepsi.
Yeah, again, crazy times in the wrestling world. WWE making a lot of moves here. Punk tonight, Punk tomorrow. Again, we're going to get into Dynamite on Wednesday. Thursday, we got TNA coming back to the channel. So that's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about. And again, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe. Get in that chat as Nick and I reunite and kind of talk over some things before
and
we
it
say
feels
hello.
so good, my guy.
It feels good, bro. It feels good. But looking forward to a jam-packed night tonight. Tonight's 2 hours? Tonight's 2 hours, right?
No, not until October. Trust me, I thought that idea and everything like that. Not until October, because they still haven't talked about yet how long they're going to run when it comes to Netflix. But tonight seems like the night of rivalries when it comes to Monday Night Raw, because we've got Punk showing up, obviously addressing Bad Blood and everything. We've got the rematch finally of Bronson Reed and Braun and Strowman. And then we've got Pete Dunne and Sheamus. We've got Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. So tonight's, literally the precursor for Bad Blood here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're building towards Bad Blood. The card looks good. We know Trips isn't going to go heavy into 7, 8, 9 matches. So we're getting the gist of what this card is going to look like already, Nick. And again, I think it's exciting. I'm looking forward to the Hell in a Cell is going to be something else. Looking for this blow off between Punk and Drew. It's been an amazing story. I don't imagine it's going to go much further than this. I don't know where you go unless it's
you have to end it here. Yeah, you have to end it here.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the Judgment Day has been so prominent on Raw for so long. Damian against Dom. This is going to be very interesting how this all plays out. And as again, Dom's going to do Dom things, and I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to Bronson and Braun, though. The big Braun.
How do you feel? 2 questions. How do you feel about Rhea kind of shouting out Jay and saying, I wonder if he's dreaming about me? And everybody, of course, on the internet losing their fucking mind because, we can't separate, we can't tell story from real life. But also the idea, and I've heard this kicked around and I've thrown it out there, of Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the world title getting added to Bad Blood. I think we get that tonight.
That's what I thought was happening in the first place. Like, I didn't know, part of me thought maybe they save it, but my expectation is this match will be a pay-per-view match. So I thought it was I think Gunther being an outright heavy favorite, I don't think many people are going to think Sami's going to steal this. But I think at the end of the day, Nick, we're looking at an opportunity to, again, another great match. Sami has bangers. People can't forget that Sami has bangers. At the end of the day, he's a talented guy, and him and Gunther are going to go toe-to-toe. It'll be a fun one, a big win for Gunther to continue his title reign, which, we saw what his IC title reign was like, so who knows what this one's going to be like.
And you get Roman and Sami in the same backstage area. Maybe conversations are had. Maybe seeds are planted. We could start, sowing seeds for down the road a little bit.
Well, it kind of works out well, right? If Sami was to lose a match earlier in the night and then something leads into the bloodline, throughout that show. It gives a reason for him to like, well, he was in the building. Here we go. And then you got to play from from there. So, yeah, I think there's a high possibility.
Right. But did you have something on your mind that you wanted to chat about, or do we want to say hi to the people? Because I already see it going up.
Let's say hello to the people. It's Joe Shipley, the first one in here tonight. I hope the New Day will win tonight. I'm still waiting. I think the New Day storyline got a little bit delayed here, Nick, because of Odyssey and obviously the unfortunate circumstances surrounding him. But I still think the New Day breakup is imminent, and I still think Karrion Kross is lurking.
Now I don't know if they break up. Like, it seemed like that was going to happen, and then they took an Odyssey, and they couldn't find the Sea of Atlantis and all this shit because they went off course here. Because, the Odyssey Jones situation was setting up an actual storyline we cared about with the New Day. We cared about with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Now, they're another nice tag team. They're a nice thing on the mantle. But there's no momentum. There's no progress. There's no push. There's no... To me, the judgment...
Sorry, but that's why I think the breakup is imminent. That's why I think they're going to have this breakup, because they are kind of... at this point. We've seen them, them getting another push back towards the titles, been there, done that. I do think there was still a story to tell. I just think they had to find out a creative way to do it without your typical, with the original plan of somehow Odyssey Jones plays a factor. Maybe Odyssey was the heavy. Hey, maybe they bring in Omos to take Odyssey's place. Who knows?
Well, would this happen with, obviously, depending on if Big E was there, and there was the whole rumor that Odyssey was essentially there to replace Big E, what have you. So I still don't know. I think New Day, just personally, they've always kind of talked about they want to be one of those groups that just never splits up. They'll just ride off into the sunset as baby faces. They'd rather go down in flames as baby faces and together than split apart. Because even then, it's a little Austin Theory, Grayson Waller. Like, are you really compelled if they break up?
I think so. I think being that, arguably, according to the WWE, you're looking at the greatest tag team in the history, according to them, even though some of us might not agree with that. But at the same time, I think then, with such a historic tag team with so many championships, there are people in the WWE universe who are going to be pretty shocked if one of them goes evil. And I do think there's something there. And again, I think Kofi might be at the end of his rope. We don't know what's happening with Big E, but I think Woods has some legs left in him. Woods is not quite as old as the other fellas. And I think he could do something. I think that guy could challenge for an IC title, especially as a heel. I think he could do a lot of business. So I do think because of what they've meant to WWE over the last 12, 15 years, I think there is some impact to be played.
Well, it's funny you say impact and talk about Woods and everything, shout out, Consequences Creed and everything. But it shows that Creed still can go with those little bit of singles runs and everything. He did it when he was King of the Ring. He did it when he was Christ. He had a match with Roman, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So Mans can put in work as a singles competitor, and like you said, Kofi's been there 12 now. That he was there 12 years when he won the title, and that's been 2, 3, 4, 5 years plus.
Yeah, it's been a decade.
So right, so Woods can still go. Like Woods, to me, like if they split, they split. If they don't, they don't. I don't think they do. But even with the Odyssey thing and everything, Woods was the focal point of that. Woods was going to be the focus. Even if it was Woods and Odyssey as his heavy, what have you, it was, I'm going to smash through Kofi, and that's how I make my landmark on being a heel, because I stabbed my best friend in the back. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think so. I think the fact that if he turns on Kofi, it's going to be like a nobody saw that coming type thing. So I do think there's that opportunity where, like you said, a lot of people think that, we're just got the New Day for life. They're going to ride off in the sunset with their bootios. And then again, a deviation from that could really impact, again, it could make something out of nothing. So it all remains to be seen. I just think as a tag team, they're stale. They're washed up. I don't really want to see them get another title push. So then what do? Do you just retire them, or do we try something creative with them? So we'll find out.
Well, and because the New Day always have that kind of, caveat to them of they can't exactly always just be jobbers. They can't be an enhancement team. because you always expect more of them because Kofi, all of that, and
but
you can't really push them, so they're just stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So again, you have two choices. You use them as like the Dolph Ziggler, the glorified jobber that's going to put on a banger and make somebody look good, or you move on and you come up with a plan B. So again, it'll be very interesting to see where we go with it, but I'm excited. And again, I'm curious how they pivot, because it felt like they were trying to tell a story that's been hindered. So do they have a plan there? We'll find out. We will find out. But Warren Judge is in the chat asking about MCMG. Said to be signing with NXT. Everybody's saying it's imminent. The debut on CW might be the perfect play, or October 1st might be the landing spot for that. Chicago, CM Punk, make a big deal, make a big splash with MCMG.
Yeah, and I do think that is in the CW debut as well. But yeah, I think it makes perfect sense. I know some people have been up in arms because of the fact that, they're going to NXT versus straight to the main roster. And now we've seen the reports coming out of Penta and Fenix going right to the main roster and everything. But they're vets in the game. They're going to build up that whole tag team division, and especially when NXT's got that TNA partnership going, it's a nice little caveat to that.
100%. It's a nice little nuance to the whole situation. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. I think at the end of the day that I think that Bully said it best. If you don't understand why they're going to NXT and what they mean for NXT and what they could do with NXT, then you just don't get it. And it's okay. If you think it's stupid, you don't understand. And at the end of the day, they signed a name on a contract. Now, if the Lucha Bros said we don't want to go to NXT, we would like to go to the main roster, and that gets negotiated in their contract, good for them. But to each their own. And again, these are grown-ass men that they weren't tricked into going to NXT, folks. They signed knowing what their trajectory was. They know what the plan is.
And I still stand by my prediction, and I will say, take this to the bank. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a wrestling advisor. Of that, come WrestleMania 41, the Motor City Machine Guns will be on the main roster and in a WrestleMania match as main roster superstars.
Fair enough. Spaz with the super chat. A friend of mine is going through a rough time at the moment. I've pinned their GoFundMe at the top of the Twitter page. If anyone from the Wrestling for Life Network community has a moment to donate and share, thanks, Spaz. Shout out to your friends, T's and P's. And again, thank you for the support and love. But folks, go check that out. Share some love. Make sure everyone's doing okay. And be a friend, tell a friend, as always.
Yeah, trust me, we're all about giving back out here and everything, as we've even got the whole, donate into literacy fund and everything like that for the lovely Meltzer t-shirts and everything, which I'm sure at some point we'll talk about the star ratings.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to give them any more validity. They're fucking annoying. But I took a lot of heat for my opinion on it. A lot of people told me to die and told me I was stupid for not liking them. But we can talk about that definitely as we move forward here. Kevin, good to see you. Welcome back. Don, a.k.a. Smiley, welcome. Hello, everyone. I won't be able to be here too long tonight, but we will be here when the show kicks off. Well, we appreciate that. So we're about 14 minutes away from the start of the show, folks. We're looking forward to this one, as it is a pretty stacked night. And we got lots to talk about, lots to get into with that. Rocco, welcome back. Triple H versus Nash BB 2003, or Triple H versus HBK 2000. We'll come back around to that. That's something
I was going to say, that comment caught me when I was early enough getting ready for the show that I can actually give an answer. Okay. I looked at highlights, and it's HBK versus Triple H in 2004. But yes, moving on.
Yeah, I think that would have been my go-to, just because Trips was in it. Boston, good to see you as always. Keyshawn, welcome back. The wrestling purists geeks think Meltzer stars are low. Yeah, we can talk about that. Like I said, I took a lot of heat online for publicly not agreeing with anything. So, again, there's certain people out there, and I think you, Nick, and you and Anthony, we all had to talk about, again, I get that you're a fan of AEW. I get you're a fan of the product, but there is only so long and so far you can go before it makes no sense. You can't ignore the writing on the wall and trying to prop this shit up with star ratings. Nobody cares. They don't matter. So
Yeah, you can't sit there and openly say this isn't what I like, but there's people out there that like it. So 4.5 stars. What the fuck is that, Dave? Like, honestly, well, it's supposed to be your opinion, your rating, what have you, not what you think other people would like, what have you.
Listen, the Young Bucks, to me, out of the whole list, the Young Bucks was the worst rating on the whole thing.
Hangman and Swerve by far was fucking ridiculous. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah, you digress. That's a very valid point. I almost overlooked that. And listen, anybody out there, I saw a lot of fans.
KJ, are you there? Can you hear me, sir? I don't know if KJ is stuck in the nether or the other, but are you there, sir? Is it me or is it you? Is it me or is it you?
No, it's me. It's me. It's me.
Fair enough. But Keyshawn kind of said, yes, Curtis, you let me know if you're here, sir. Well, Curtis is here. The predictions champion is here. Eric Isaac, hey, buddies, happy Raw Monday. And rest in peace to Tito Jackson, the legendary Jackson family. There we go. I think that's what he was trying to do. But yes, 100% T's and P's to the Jackson family is, you know, Tito, the wheelman for Michael Jackson out there, passing away. But Christian, what up? Eric Tate, what up? Safit, what up? Jason, what up? I'm trying to get through everybody here. Alexis, what up? As we're about still just 10, 11 minutes before the show kicks off here right now, folks. But Steph DeLander out 6 to 9 months with neck surgery. Yes, I did see this. And I know we're here, on Friday watching Victory Road. And it was, that match came off weird because we were halfway paying attention to it and everything. I didn't know she was actually needed neck surgery and everything like that. And it sucks, especially because she's been on a fucking tear right now. So 100% T's and P's to DeLander. Super phenomenally talented, of one of the cases that's managed to make themselves 10 times bigger outside after they left WWE, after they were released from WWE, than they were honestly probably ever going to do within the WWE system. Raging Gamer Girl, what up, what up, what up? Ronnie, what up? Gave you a like, appreciate it, my guy. Everybody, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit all the bell notifications. Hit everything that's going on out there. 100% help stroke that algorithm. Pause. Bradley, what up? And again, early shout out here. I will take a moment of Bradley out here gifting everybody memberships earlier that YouTube, if the comments show up early enough and everything, so when everybody like pops in super early for the streams and everything, if you come back later and your comment isn't there, it's because after a certain time YouTube takes it away. But yeah, shout out Bradley, big fan of the channel and everything, and out there gifting out subs and everything. I will poke at him a little bit because he sat there and gifted everybody 6 subs, gifted memberships and everything like that for the channel, because he thought because I live in New England, I'm a Red Sox fan. And it was for the 6 Red Sox wins over the Yankees. So as a former New Yorker, well, diehard, blood and born New Yorker and forever Yankees fan, it was a little salt in the wound of being misconstrued as a Yankees fan or as a Red Sox fan and being reminded of the 6 times that the Red Sox beat us. But I appreciate it, my guy. 100% love it. Dennis, what up? 316, what up? It looks like the main event will Dom versus Taker. No, I don't know if that'll be the main event. That'll be interesting. What will be the main event tonight? Let us know right now in the chat and everything, as I'm trying to get through all the names, as we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships as well, and everything. If you want to make sure you show up, because that's what the show is about. But Andy Bolger, what up, my guy? Joe what's going on, fellas? What up? What up? Jobster, what up? No Jims, what up? Logan, if Becky Lynch return at the Royal Rumble, hopefully not to win at Not Needs. Charlie, are you out of, Patty's Pub? But yes, I don't know if Becky does show up at the Royal Rumble. I don't think she's winning. I almost don't think she shows up, till we get even closer, like we get past Rumble, if we're going to get Becky showing up for anything when it comes to Mania this year. Ronnie, what up? Bradley, I got you. Question, my guy. I got you. Ronnie Big Nick, congratulations on Bills 2-0 so far. Yes, but my fantasy football team in our fantasy football league is about to go 0-2 unless Saquon has the game of his life tonight. Somehow, some way, I got Anthony Lazard screwed me over last week, and now I'm just sugar honey iced tea in the bed here. But Logan again, what up? AJH3 party. Yes, Andrew WK all day. Well, replace Odyssey with Ricky. We'll see. But 123K, what up? Jake, what up? Kyle, what up? Keyshawn, you get a new HD camera. I don't know what new technology KJ is breaking out there in Canada and everything like that. He's out there. He's having meetings with Elon and everything. He's, out there setting up the new Canadian SpaceX program. Trey, what up? Jordan, hi there, everyone. What up? MDB, shout out. Hashtag wrestling advisor. Yes, and this wrestling advisor is about to whoop your ass next week in fantasy football, my guy. I ain't going 0-3. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be a good tag team. How pissed is everybody that helped Cody against the Bloodline with the fact that now he's just going to team up with Roman? Like, we helped you. Randy just, goes out of his way to help Cody. Seth, damn near, he sacrifices his knee out there to help Cody and everything. Kevin Owens, etc. And now he's just, no, if you can't beat him, join him. So how pissed is everybody?
Speaking of being,
right.
Don't worry, I'll bring it up. But nobody's pissed. They told the story properly, so they wouldn't be pissed.
I know it's a joke. I get it.
Yeah, like nobody.
It's still interesting as shit to me.
You got to remember, Nick. He did join them reluctantly. He did not. He declined Roman, which people did not like in the building, at least. But I mean, that's what it is. It's not like he became friends with Roman. He ultimately decided that, he was kind of forced into the situation. So they did a good job of kind of getting away from, to your point, like, does that erase a whole bunch of storytelling that's been told? Well, no, it doesn't, because he's not friends with Roman. He doesn't trust Roman. He doesn't like Roman, but it's a necessary evil. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right. And just randomly on a comment here that caught me of Blaze Strip saying, Nick, has the beard been measured? I don't know about you. I haven't measured mine, but I know wifey will sit there and try and braid it all the time like I'm some fucking Viking and shit. So,
I've got Christmas lights and Christmas balls and bows, and it happens.
Yeah, I haven't fully gone with the beard decoration there yet, but could be getting there.
You used to keep it kind of short. I think you caught up.
I think I just let it fucking go. We're on here live so much. I don't got time to shave. I ain't got time to bleed.
I do not trim the beard between September and when the Leafs get eliminated. So let's hold on and see how big this bad boy gets.
I barely touch mine, and wifey will not touch mine because she's scared. She'll just randomly like, shink, and there's like, now you've got to shave. So it's delicate property around here.
Delicate property.
So it's a Fabergé egg.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But Denisha, what up? Hey, Chris, how are you doing today? You guys are on the wrong sides there. We'll switch it around.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't do it.
We zigged when we should have zagged. But Rocco bringing up a thing that I found interesting. I don't know if you saw this. JBL citing an MLW. Is he quietly building his own faction to invade WWE? I don't know what he's building, but I saw him whispering in the ear of Brock Anderson there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what JBL was kind of like nicely retired and doing his, stock market shit. And then all of a sudden he started popping up in GCW and in MLW. We saw him on TNA. Like, this man's is taking bookings.
100%. And he's out there. He's helping out Zigglypuff and everything. Who would have thought in your wildest dreams, the guy, John Bradshaw Layfield, who's out there in the Hammerstein Ballroom when ECW's doing one night stand, making bouncing check jokes and everything, hated hardcore wrestling, shows up at a GCW show and is fine with it and is like, cool. And everybody pops. He's on a babyface turn like no other. This man is trying to get into heaven now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, it's so funny to see, but again, he's making an impact, and he, no pun intended.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, again, there's some good nostalgia there with Mr. JBL, and I think it's come a long way. So we'll see what he has up his sleeve.
Right. Like, don't you dare shave those beards, guys. And then everybody, thank you. When we switch back. Don't y'all hate when people don't sit in their assigned seats? People have gotten so set up to the way we're set up that we got assigned seating now, my guy.
Yeah, I'm having I was having some text issues, so I've kind of made the show a little wobbly out the gate here, but I think
I told the people you're out there, you're having conversations with Elon, you're out there setting Canada SpaceX and everything like that. You getting the newest and the finest technologies. They're still buffering this shit out. This man's got a Tesla too. You ain't even heard of a Tesla too.
Right. Wait till you see my Batmobile.
Right. Man's gonna yell out, Nick, hand me the Mark repellent spray. And just,
I could use that lately.
And I want to talk about this.
Yes, let's talk about it. But let me say hello to Anthony. How you doing, buddy? Welcome.
I was going to talk about, as we've got about a minute here, so I'll say this fast, of CM Punk's comments about fans turning him and other wrestlers walking through the airport into a meet and greet and saying, if I've told you to respectfully off, a couple of times, maybe you should do that.
He's not wrong, and they deserve it. And the wrestlers deserve their space. They set up events to sign things. And again, I have no problem with, a kid sees his favorite wrestler in somewhere and runs up to him and wants an autograph. Great. But if you're some big old sweaty mark that wants 19 fucking pieces of memorabilia signed so you can resell it, you find a time to do that. The airport, a restaurant, that kind of shit. Like, I don't know what it's like, Nick. We have to beat off all the fans. Like, hey, one at a time. One
at a time. Oh, wait, there's only one of you? Okay. But, it's the same thing I saw it recently with, like, the NFL, to where someone was outside the Giants Stadium and just booing Daniel Jones as he's going to his car. Like, okay. Yeah. Boo them and shit when they're in the ring and everything. Outside of that, they're fucking human beings. If they probably just caught a goddamn red eye, and are up there at a fucking airport at 5 a.m. and do not want to sit there and sign 20 pieces of merch so you can sit there 28 by 10 so you can sit there and put them up on eBay. Yeah.
If you're a genuine fan and you bump into somebody that, and you wanted to make it happen, great. But if not, But we are getting the show starting in a minute, folks. We will be live with Raw. So make sure you get in that chat. Don't forget those little reaction buttons. As I'm getting the violence warning, you're probably going to be slightly ahead of me.
I have forever, so let me know when you get there.
Yeah, pause. I'm coming right behind you. I'm about to get.
Yeah, you're good. I stopped at the start of forever.
All right, I'll let you know. Yes, my Punk, start the show. Yes, Punk will start the show tonight, I guess. I'm coming now right behind you. If you give me a couple seconds.
Pause.
Jules, good to see you. Does anyone have internet? I have it.
I have it. I know mine's at times gone haywire, but it happens when you're live damn near 365. Forever.
Okay, just hit play. Wait. Together. Let's go. It froze, so.
All right. I'll let you know when I
let me know when you got together.
I got together right now.
Let's go. We are live in Portland, Oregon tonight, folks. Going to be a fun one. Make sure you get in that chat. And again, hit all the buttons. We want to see triple digits in this chat. So be a friend, tell a friend, and let's get rolling tonight.
Absolutely. As we got 88 right now as I'm getting the overhead shot of Portland, Oregon. Is it Oregon? Oregon?
I'm Canadian.
I'm from this country and don't know how to say it.
Right. I think it's Oregon. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Fun watching Collision. You had fun? Yeah, we had tons of fun. This Saturday was a blast.
Yeah, as I've got the street trash riff-raff walking backstage right now. They fucking still put the shirts out, and JD McFunko Pop is wearing one.
I don't mind them doing it as a subsidy. Like the group isn't called the Street. Like they can refer to themselves.
It's like the War Dogs of Bullet Club. No one fucking cares, and no one remembers the shit.
It's just marketing. They're gonna sell some. There's people that are gonna be keen to it. And the tag champs are here. Is Bálor and Jade in the house? But yeah, again, if they change the group name to Street Trash, horrible idea. But as like a nickname, I don't care. It's fine by me. Like you said, a secondary kind of throw off. It is what it is. We'll see. If it doesn't sell, they'll stop saying
it's the alt attire, it's the alt jerseys and everything.
Yeah, like it's
fair enough.
It's kind of a way for them to refer to themselves. So I'm okay with it.
T-Money, oregano. No, that's what I smoke, sir. MDB, I stopped at the start of forever. That was fucking just randomly poetic. As I got pull up Seymour Brooks.
CM Punk in the house, folks.
Wearing his Bret Hart attire.
What? And we're starting the show. We're going to follow him from the parking lot to the ring, folks. Get in that chat. We need 5 for 100.
He's going to get jumped by somebody.
Punk. Yeah, he gets popped in the hallway. I'm down.
I'm like, you're focusing on this man too much. Is he going to like break a wrist, break an elbow cap, something? He's going to slip and fall.
Punk chants echo out. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dell. That's annoying.
Hey, but how you watching us? That got that 4G.
Right.
We got you covered then. We got you covered on anything and everything going on in the wide world of wrestling.
Here we go. Here we go. It looks like he's going to safely make it to the ring, Nick. Maybe.
All the way to get, I was going to say, he's got to go through the curtain and get to the ring. Anyone see the BH in this thing of the Hank Hill joke about, I'm going to name him GH for Good Hank. Well, but I'm Hank, Dad. Well, you burnt my steak, didn't you, BH?
Right. Resting. I hope so.
Capone, what up? I can see it. I don't think they believe it.
I believe it. And I mean, I feel like it was right there and it would have been done already. They would have broken it up if Odyssey Jones didn't have to be released. It would have been a done deal already. So the fact, I don't think they're going to renege on the plan. I think they're going to move forward with the plan. I just don't know how they're going to handle it. And we're going to find out pretty quick.
Fair enough. Jordan, what up? Like Mussolini. He's got a microphone. Do we get a bad blood match between Kofi and Xavier? Not unless it's a pre-show and B, it starts tonight.
Did you see Bad Blood going live at 6 p.m.?
I'm here for it. I am fucking here for it.
Yes.
I am all the way here for it. I am a big fan of when we do brunch with the boys and everything like that. I am all the way for watching wrestling in like the middle of the afternoon, the late evening. All the way for it.
Yeah, no, earlier the better. I'm down with it. I guess the decision was that they'd be up against the UFC event. TKO doesn't want their products. Dear Tony Khan, take note of this.
Hey, Tony.
They want their products competing.
Remember all those times you fought yourself? What are you doing? I'm kicking my own ass.
CM Punk looks pissed. He's not smiling. He's scowling.
Yeah, he just came fresh from the fucking airport in the parking garage where 10 fans fucking, cornered him asking for autographs.
The crowd is just cheering at this man standing there. He's got some bags under his eyes. He looks a little tired.
Well, he's old. We know that. He's old.
Right.
But no, he is 100% a top draw. He is one of the
top draw. Second top draw.
He's one of the best signings in recent memory of WWE. And I know it's a re-signing, but it's still a signing.
That's where I get confused as an AW fan that the people cheered him leaving. And whether you loved him or hated him, he brought more eyes than anybody.
It's amazing how you can get lemmings to cheer as they jump off the fucking cliff, ain't it?
Yeah, just being joyous Punk is fucking intense in the moment.
This is what separates guys who are great on the microphone from guys who are good on the microphone. He doesn't have to raise his voice. He doesn't have to inflect. He can just talk straight into the microphone, and everybody shuts the fuck up and hears what he says, and then they react to it. I'm not out here to make friends. Well, you sure as shit ain't made any, Punk. I know that wasn't the goal, but you started with none and somehow ended up in the negative.
MDB, we'll get back to that question in commercial, sir. Bad blood between Xavier and Kofi with Big E. There you go, load it up.
No, I don't like Hell in a Cells with a special guest referee, but we can talk about it.
I don't imagine it's going to happen. I thought this was over. I touched the 4 turnbuckles.
This ain't ever over, mother. Did you even see Drew's out there talking like there was some actual real animosity here and everything?
Yes.
And that I'm just glad that they let me run with the ball and treat it professionally, and you can still do what's best for business and still have your issues. Hey, knock, knock, knock. Don't that sound familiar?
That's the thing. We've asked, that's what all we wanted is get over yourselves, do business. And the WWE was willing to do business, and it's paid nothing but dividends for them. The crowd is on their feet. The crowd is loud. The crowd is happy for Punk, but they're not the first two. We know of others. Even the Austin and Raw couldn't get along. Brock Lesnar pissed a lot of people off, but business is business. So you put on your big boy pants and you do business. If you don't, nobody comes to your shows, and that's what's happening. Nobody coming to your shows because there's no stars, because you push them out because of your fragile egos.
And it's still insane to me to think that I could still remember listening to the Punk podcast with him and Colt Cabana. There's your 1 month plug. But still remember hearing that podcast, and now can sit here and watch CM Punk in a WWE ring in 2024, and it's some of the best shit in pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's it. Again, like when we do our year-end awards, we're really going to be high up on Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk and what they were able to do this year. And whether you love or hate Punk, you find me a more compelling, interesting, well put together, structured story than this in 2024. There isn't one.
They went months without touching each other. Pause. But yes. Crying Punk? There's no crying in wrestling.
He doesn't feel like he's crying. He feels pissed off. He doesn't sound like he's whining. He feels angry.
True. Punk is putting his career on the line. Oh,
is he?
I could hear somebody whenever I start to get loud or anything, so I'm making sure it wasn't me or whatever, just for YouTube sakes rights. But if he's putting his fucking career on the line, then sorry, it's like Danielson. Then you know who's winning. You gave away the ending before you get to the first chapter.
Technically, yeah. I don't think that's... I didn't hear him say that. The devil is in the heart.
Can anyone confirm that?
Yeah, I didn't catch that. So maybe you heard something I didn't, but I don't want him to do that because we don't assume that he's retiring anytime soon.
Yeah, John C. Why does CM Punk sound like he's very disturbed and depressed? Because it's conveying emotion. It's conveying a different layer. And it's as a character at Christ. We talk about it all the time. Wrestling has layers. Much like ogres, it has layers. Much like onions, it has layers.
You can't come out every show. You can't come out every promo and just... It's kind of what we've talked about before with like a Moxley or something. You can't sing one note always. You got to expand your horizon. Some nights he's jazzed up and smiling. This is intense. He is tired of getting the shit beat out of him. He thought he was done with Drew. He's not done with Drew. And now it's under his skin. And he wants to go to war. He wants to get in that cage. And being that it's a Hell in a Cell, this should be intense. This isn't light and frivolous and fun.
Right. Yes, he said he is prepared for this to be the end of CM. That's different. That's if you're going in saying, I know I may not come out the way I came in and everything. That's different than adding it as like a stipulation or anything.
Yeah, this could be the end of me. This could be the death of me. This cage is ominous, but I'm willing to go to hell and back. I'll see you in hell. What a promo. What a start to the show. I like it.
You know what that promo reminded me of? Him sitting in the center of the ring, cross-legged with the dog collar, talking to Max.
Yeah.
That's 100% what that reminded me of, because it was the same. It had the same vitriol, the same cojones behind it, but it was still, I'm going to say everything clear and concise, calm and collected, so you all pay attention on every syllable I am fucking saying, because this man, we are not leaving this ring the same way we entered it.
Absolutely, Nick. Absolutely. Richard, who was it flat to? The cheering crowd? Again, define flat then, because he came out, delivered a very intense promo. The crowd cheered it the whole way through. They were with him the whole way through, and then he walks out. It wasn't too long. It was short and sweet. Define flat, sir, because my definition of flat, that was the furthest thing from flat. So sorry, I don't see it, sir.
As an interesting way to start the show. You get it.
Yep.
You set the groundwork of that's probably not going to be left alone as Sheamus and Pete Dunne catch each other backstage with the shillelagh.
John C., that's exactly the vibes I got, especially when he leaned right into the camera. And that's one of his favorites ever. And that was very Jake-esque of, I'm not going to yell. You're going to listen to me. And I love it. I thought he killed it.
100%. And that's a lost art in wrestling of I can slow everything down. So you focus on everything I'm saying.
It's a wrap for Drew. I think Drew's going to win itself. I'm picking Drew. Spoiler alert.
I don't know who to pick.
Promo forever. No.
But I've got Sheamus getting interviewed backstage right now.
Yeah, we do. PLE's at 5 p.m. Get it done early. It's so they don't go up against the UFC. TKO.
Yeah, you be ending the show before the start of the main event.
Yeah. Rhea and Judgment Day being ringside. It's gonna be chaos, guys. It's gang warfare, except one's a duo, not a gang, but they're big.
Right.
Sheamus getting the crowd going. Good crowd tonight. The Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre is going to be like Freddy versus Jason, being that we are in Halloween season. All right, I'll accept that. I'll take it.
No, because that was a shit movie.
The promo material was good. Punk's delivery was monotone. No, it wasn't monotone, Richard. He just wasn't yelling. It was very emotive. The opposite of everything Nick and I just described, of intensity and engagement and pulling the audience in. And that's why the audience cheered the entire time. It was not monotone. You're just used to wrestlers yelling and being over the top.
Yeah, it wasn't, let me tell you something, brother. When I was backstroking across the mid-Atlantic and everything. No, it was, again, like you said, it nailed it on the head of Jake the Snake did it. Raven, I think, did it quite a bit too as well. Moxley's done it at times of, I'm going to slow everything down and make everything the focal point of everything I'm saying. So everybody shuts the fuck up and focuses on what I'm saying.
And again, I mean, no, I don't hear very often people may not like Punk. He's not a bad promo, never has been. Infamous for amazing promos that we talked about for decades. I got no issue with what he just delivered. And again, it's important. It's important to tell the story accordingly. And right now, the story is explaining that this is going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be, months in the making, and it should be.
This whole story's had those moments of that intensity of that, holy shit, I'm screaming and I hate you and blah, 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 and everything else. But now this Punk's out there saying, I thought I was done this. Yeah. I thought we're over. This is the final battle. We're fucking done after this. So it's going to take that more serious, somber tone because this is the end. This is not rah. This is, we're going in there, 2-man enter, 1-man leave shit.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, folks, we are in our first commercial break. We are 1:15. If you can hear my voice right now, take our link, share it. Let's see if we get to 130, 140, 150. What can we get tonight? But help us out, move that needle, click those little reaction buttons, and make sure you've hit the like if you're not subscribed yet. Join the Wrestling Utopia. We got a busy week ahead heading into NXT and everything else this week. Punk will be in NXT or at NXT tomorrow. So more Punk than you can shake a stick at, but it's going to be a fun one, and we're rolling along. Someone did ask this earlier. I said we'd get to it at a commercial. Did you see the Sean O'Malley fight?
No, I haven't watched the fight. I've heard about it. I have not watched any of it.
Yeah, unfortunate. Sean got worked out, and that's it. A great fight. I mean, the most exciting fight. And if you're a Sean fan, you were definitely disappointed. But it was the old adage, the Dishwally, whatever the hell, wouldn't stay still. And Sean was nervous about the wrestling, and it worked him in. He didn't get off enough, and it wasn't until the 5th round where he landed something significant and then didn't push. He spent way too much of the night on his heels. And you always wonder when somebody starts getting that fame, that celebrity, when you go from being Sean O'Malley to Sugar Sean O'Malley, does it fuck with your training, your preparation, that kind of thing? So he'll be back.
Fair enough, but it's also Sean's very much to me always been more of that like striker. He coincides with Connor to me. Again, and we saw what happened to Connor anytime he went with somebody that could actually take him on the ground. Khabib, Nate, anybody that could actually push the ground game and negate his striking, they're shit out of luck. They have nothing else in the chamber to hit you with.
Yeah, and Dishwally came in with an absolute strategy. And again, he didn't set up. He didn't sit in the pocket. He wasn't just letting Sean get off, right? Like he was, keep moving. And again, congrats to the new champ. Sean's young. He'll be back. But did want to touch on that. He did get spanked.
Can we talk about the star ratings if we have time?
All right, go. Shoot.
Read them off and just see how high your blood pressure goes.
Let's go. Let's piss me off. All
right, so AW All Out star ratings from one Dave Meltzer as far as the pre-show, the Acclaim versus Iron Savages, friends of the channel, 1.25 stars.
The Acclaim, fine. I'll take that. It was probably slightly better, maybe 2 stars.
It's a pre-show, so I guess sensible booking, sensible. Rhodes and Guevara and Hologram versus the premier athletes of Nice, Davari, and Woods, 2.75.
Skip the pre-show. Get to the main card.
Fine. We're okay. Main show. I had to skip another 3 matches, sorry. But main show, Garcia versus MJF, 4.5 stars.
It was not 4.5 stars. It was a good match. It wasn't a great match.
3. Serviceable match, dynamite match at best. Yeah.
Right.
Daryl Shadow, appreciate you.
Absolutely. What else did you have?
Out of commercial. BCC versus the Bucks. Are we back in action? Because I can cut this out.
All right. I'm not back in action yet.
I have Pete Dunne coming out. So do you need me to pause?
There you go. My shit clearly not having a good night.
Fair enough. Let me know when you got Pete Dunne coming out, but
I will in a moment. It's just froze.
No, you're good. BCC versus Bucks at 4 stars.
That's embarrassing, and that is 100%. Like, do you have to put the whole wiener in your mouth, Dave? Like both of them, like at the same time? Do you double dip? Do they both fit inside you together? Pause on all of it, folks. But I mean what I'm saying. That match, maybe the pre-show match with the Iron Savages was better than the Young Bucks match. It was not entertaining. It was not interesting. Nobody gives a fuck. It was okay at best.
Again, another dynamite quality match that is. Remember when 5 stars used to get held in high regard, and instead 4 stars is now like a fucking entry pass.
Well, yeah. Again, when you jack it up where you're starting to give matches 7 stars, your scale system's gone to fucking shit.
Okay, I heard a ding.
I got Sheamus and Pete Dunne throwing.
Right, and I was waiting for Pete Dunne coming out.
Why that?
because that's what I asked about, and that's what I thought I was behind you. Or
oh,
you were behind
Joe is doing a good job. Yes, he is. Not so bad. Though we don't listen to the commentary, as we are the alternative commentary to all your wrestling folks.
Right.
Thank you so much, kid. I think we are going through a wrestling renaissance in the UFC where they end up holding all the belts. I'm not sure about the last part of that sentence, but the wrestlers. Yeah, it could. And that was, remember, that was once upon a time how it all, like GSP, Hughes. We had a lot of wrestlers, and that got really boring, and Dana's kind of got away from it. I'd like to stay away from it.
The boring matches. They make boring matches, respectfully. It's super and fucking impressive what you can do, but I don't. No one's paying to watch that.
Yeah, I love St. Pierre, but late in his career, he just laid on guys.
Oh, like, 100%. Well, that's when you got when everybody worried about with like Khabib and shit like that. If he would just, all right, so this motherfucker, he can just take everyone to the ground, so he never has to actually be competitive in a fight. He can just take everybody to the ground. That's what the issue with Ronda was for a bit in the UFC, and then she just decided she could sit there and try and throw hands and ate a head kick.
Yeah, she got turned around real quick on that. Sheamus and Pete Dunne are rolling 85%, 83% now. So 80+% are taking Sheamus. I'm going to take Pete.
Yeah, I'm going to take little Petey Pump too.
Right?
It makes sense. If he's been the aggressor and everything, Sheamus is on the back nine. Pete Dunne's established himself. He's done. This has been the best Pete Dunne since Christ. Oh, as I just got him Alabama slammed on top of the announce desk, but this has been the best Pete Dunne since NXT UK was a thing.
You know, Pete Dunne's been used a shit ton lately in both shows, helping guys put over. He's helping backstage with producing some shit. Okay, I'm just getting the slam now, so you jumped well ahead of me. So if
I'm in commercials, so let me know when you get there.
Sounds good. Dave likes some in his ear. Yeah, there you go. And as we say, as it shows on the screen, folks, if you don't like the star ratings, as I got commercial now, Nick, go get yourself your t-shirt, support a good cause. As Nick
literacy for the center of Meltzers who can't read good, who can't rate good.
Who can't rate good. All right, you want to go through a couple more?
Fair enough. So Ospreay versus Pac, your favorite match tonight to me still makes sense as match of the night and everything. 5.5 stars.
It was 5.
Checked out-ish. I'll give it 5, but yeah.
Yeah. What does that half star mean? It's stupid. Like this is why it's childish.
At this point, what do the fucking stars mean, my guy?
Nothing. He fucked his own self.
The stars are starting to like. Have you ever dealt with this to like anyone that's ever tried to do any bit of astrology that they see 3 stars together? Like that's Orion's belt. It's not Orion's belt, and they're like, that's Meltzer's star ratings of just we're putting stars together, thinking it means shit, and it don't.
No. And I said that publicly.
Yeah, Statlander versus Nightingale in the Chicago Street Fight. 4.25 stars.
Yeah, if that's 4.25 stars,
4.75. Sorry.
If that is 4.25 stars, that Bucks match should be -54 stars. You can kiss my ass, Dave. And those women deserve 5 stars. You chicken shit. And that's what it is. He doesn't want to put, and again, just like this, the entire company at times, it's egos. And everybody cares about something that doesn't fucking matter. But those 2 women deserve 5 fucking stars. If fucking Swerve and Hangman got it, if the Bucks get 4, kiss my ass, Dave. I know you're not used to women around you, but let's be real, man.
Now, realistically, I know you're making the case of, well, it should have gotten 5 stars and everything based on everything else and all of that. Realistically, what would you have given it?
It was my second favorite match of the night. I would have probably given it 4. Like the straight up 4, which sounds less. But if I'm doing on a 5 scale, if Ospreay and Pac are 5, Willow and that's 4, and everything else on that card was less than that.
Can you meet me at like a 3.5?
No, it was way better than that. It deserved love. They were entertaining. There was, again, it was just like, what was better than that? The MJF match was meh, and then the Bucks match was not entertaining. Again, I mean, to me, that's a 4-star match. The women did well.
Fair enough. Then we've got Briscoe versus Cassidy versus Takeshita versus Okada for the AW Continental Championship did 4.25 stars.
Yeah.
1 star for every competitor and 1/4 as a tip.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, like, what is your, I want to, if Dave's so hell-bent on these stars, he should come out with some type of explanation. But I mean, again, it's
I think he does in the Observer, but I am paying for that bullshit.
It's stupid. They, 3 stars, 3 stars on that one. I mean, it was all right, 3.5 maybe, but it was again, it didn't blow my socks off. It was better than the Bucks, though.
If you want to give Willow and Stat 4 or whatever, I'll give this one 3 or whatever if we really wanted to get serious with it. But again, you can tell who he's got knee pads for and who he doesn't. Yeah. Shout out MDB. And then Sheeta versus Monet, the Ralph Wiggum of AW Wrestling with 2.75.
Oh, sit down, powerbomb on Sheeta.
Yes, sorry. 1, 2 go. We'll get to Monet later.
Yeah. Well, that one's easy because that match sucked. All types of garbage. It wouldn't even be a 5-star training match. We are back from break. Yes, we are, sir. Let's go.
Right. As Mr. Noob, what up of when will Dave start burying the Outrunners to protect the Bucks? Oh, don't you put that evil out there.
It's facts, Mr. Noob. That's what he does. That's what he does. And it's indicative of what is hindered AEW's progress as a company is shit like this. Oh, we got to give the Bucks. Fuck off. How fragile are you?
Oh, there's a talking point that I'm going to bring up later when it comes to Meltzer's influence on wrestling.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much of tonight dealing
with that. That's fair enough.
Yeah, by God, he broken in half.
And God in my witness, he is broken in half.
Thank you, KJ and Nick, for the membership. Love you guys. You know what? It was gifted to you from yes. So we thank that. We thank all the generosity. We love our members. Remember, we do membership live streams every few weeks. So be there for those. Those are always fun where we kind of get off topic and get a little behind the scenes.
100%. It's a big double axe handle kind of clothesline there from Sheamus. But yeah, especially it's really cool to see the community and like the little kind of posse that we've grown here of doing this just in 2 years and everything of the generosity, the give back and the whole community vibe. Yeah.
100%. Let's go. Monet was wrestling with her. Yeah, that's the funniest shit. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing that you
I whip my hair back and forth. Big knee. 1, 2.
Big two. Good match. Good energy. Where people say that this company's only stories. I got Sheamus and Pete Dunne to say, I'll show you a story.
Well, and again, I said this earlier at the start of the show and everything. Tonight feels like rivalry night of everybody's got issues. Everybody's has a story going into their match. Ooh. Whether it be Pete Dunne and Sheamus, whether it be Braun and Bronson, whether it be Dom and Damien.
Mm-hmm. As Pete Dunne going to the top. Good match.
Oh, Sean, you get a star. Not a community, you guys created a family. Let me in. Catching subs in.
Sheamus down from the top. Big cheer from the crowd. 2. Boom. Drew have AJ Lee on his tights like Rude. I doubt it. That'd be a bold strategy. I wouldn't recommend it.
I'll show you where my claymore is. Joint manipulation.
Beats the Bowery. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The crowd goes wild. That'd be cool, though.
Oh, we got the shillelagh.
Oh, shit.
Why does the shillelagh look like the Penguin's umbrella?
How does it? You think that looks like a penguin's umbrella?
From Batman, it's got a weird knob on the end and shit like that. I don't know. I'm a terrible American. Anytime I think of shillelagh and everything like that, I'm thinking of like just Gandalf staff type shit.
Right. Oh, wait. He hit him in the arm with a cricket paddle? Wait. Okay. I might be right here. 3. Let's go. I think they botched the cricket bat spot. I'm not sure.
It went foul ball instead of in play.
I think it hit him like in the arm, shoulder, but I could have been wrong. But that into the axe kick for the pin, and Butch picks up a huge W.
Anyone else notice Butch's shiner?
Yeah,
on his right eye. He's got a shiner.
I think he's had that for over that came from Trick Williams.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Somehow Dom's healed up faster than Butch's did.
Right? Dunne, there you go. There you go. Good job, folks. If you pick Pete Dunne, you got a point in the bucket. As we are going to Damian Priest, running back Finn. A shillelagh versus a cricket paddle. The big, yeah, there you go. That one's for you, Nick.
The big knob in the end. What?
That's how you describe the shillelagh. Pause.
I just worked the shaft, my guy. Just worked the shaft.
We will ever get Demon Finn back. It's got to be a special occasion, Damian. It's got to be something that's really amped up, and they're not just going to give it away. This isn't Vince. I really do believe that we will get it again, but it's got to be the moment that matters.
Does the story need to lean into Demon Finn, or does it just pop up?
No, it's got to lean in. It's got to be a situation, and it's better off. Like one of the reasons why you weren't getting the Finn, the Demon now is it's heel. Like he's heel. It's better for a baby face for him. The crowd's going to want to cheer.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey. Interesting.
What is this collective of Woods, Priest, Rhea, and Jey Uso?
We can become champs for the.
This is when your creative player in universe mode just walks backstage, just has interactions with wrestlers of what the fuck are you doing here?
Right. So Xavier is asking Damian and Rhea and Jay to please stay out of the business. We have an opportunity to become 13-time champs. We know you got beef with the Judgment Day. Please stay away.
Good call. Good call.
Not bad. And Rhea yeets on the way out.
Oh, she was making all the googly eyes and everything. And I can't wait until all these half-brained, never do a lick of research fucking Twitter profiles sit there and can you believe that Rhea's out there, making googly eyes at Jey Uso? Who gives? It's a fucking character.
Yeah, 100%. I like it. I mean, again, I don't know what the issue is. I mean, again, wrestling fans can be a little frivolous and talk out of both sides of their mouth, sometimes a little too much. Of like, if you don't, like, oh, it's just fake, get over it. And then it's like something happens. They're like, oh my God. You're like, you can't have it both ways. It's either entertainment that you're enjoying or it's real life. What do you want?
Facts. As Curtis says, we're in break number 3. Okay, New Day breaks up tonight, my prediction. So, John C., you're converting people onto your side here.
Yeah, I again, I don't know if it's tonight, but it's got to be close.
Do we start to sow the seeds of them initially breaking up? Like if they, because we don't expect them to win, So does that start to plant the seeds of them internally having issues outside of an Odyssey, outside of that of like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah. And I'm wondering how much Karrion Kross plays into this, how much Karrion Kross is a factor with it. Yeah, I mean, a very interesting, again, I don't know because of the pivot. It felt like we knew where this was heading. So now I'm curious.
Do you like Karrion Kross's recent quote unquote heel turn and everything, and him being influenced on all of this type of shit?
Okay. No, I don't like much of what we're getting from Kross still. Again, I think there's a way for him to seem and be a little more dominant, but he's been so lackluster. And again, it's just like the creepy speech after creepy speech that it doesn't pay off to anything. So we don't take him seriously because we're like, you're going to say it, but you're never going to do it.
He's the Baron Zemo. I know I keep referencing the MCU recently, but he's the Baron Zemo of just like talks a good game, wants everybody to infight amongst each other and everything like that, but never actually does anything to act upon anything. Like,
yeah,
a lot of talk and not a lot of follow through. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like the bully that just never follows through. So eventually you're just like, whatever, bro. Like, do you? And that's what he's starting to feel like is like, all right, do you matter? Like, who are you going to fuck up? Are you going to win a match? Like, they haven't done shit. And again, I mean, where we praise a lot of what Triple H has done, he has not figured out a way to make me interested in Karrion Kross to date.
Is it like, does Karrion Kross seem like a guy that Triple H should be able to nail out of the park? Because it seems oddly similar-ish to Triple H a little bit. And well, the cerebral assassin, the fucking game, the guy who's playing all of the mind games is 3 steps ahead of everybody. But he can't book the fucking shit out of it. Like, he can't book it to save his life.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a lot of just. I think, and again, I think a lot of wrestling fans, like we've seen it recently with Wendy Chu, where people just get stuck on what happened in the past. And in the past, he looked like a putz. And Vince buried him miles below. So the reclamation project started well, and then it stopped and started. So again, they just have to. All the great promos or the pre-tapes only mean something if it translates to something in the ring. And it hasn't had anything in the ring to really give a shit about. Like, when was the last really good Karrion Kross match? I don't know.
When's the last cross match you paid attention to?
Yeah, that's the trick. Like that's where the falling flat. Again, you got to get them in the ring. You got to make it pay off between the bells, and they haven't done that with Kross. Like this.
I'm all the way for it, honestly. It would make sense as I've got Brauneth the Strowmaneth.
Brauneth the Strowmaneth. Holy shit, that's great.
I actually don't mind the Kross stuff with Miz because it somehow made Miz actually seem halfway worth a fuck. But yeah, it's again, it's like leeches attaching to leeches just to see if they can still suck each other off. Pause.
As the Miz is with Braun. Scarlett is the only reason interested in Karrion Kross. That's pretty close to factual.
Yeah, no Paul Ellering, no AOP, no none of that. Trust me, they don't matter at this point.
Long opening match usually translates to 3-minute women's match later. Hopefully they break that trend. Well, we got the women's match up next. Natty.
Ask and you shall receive as we get Natalya. Who the... with Lyra and Zelina.
Well,
what in the short bus faction is this bullshit?
Dude, were you not here last week when they all came together in Calgary to go against PFC? Did you?
I guess that was on the Brett train here. I guess them all getting paid together and this being like this continuing past that week.
It's the baby faces together. Like it's the women's, some of the women's baby face trying to combat the PFC. Natty's going to take on.
How do you feel she's doing Trish with the cowboy hat?
Well, I mean, she's also Canadian. Actually, she's probably got more fame.
Save a raft, float on that.
Right? All right, folks, poll going up. Who's winning, Zoe or Natty? And I think Zoe has to win this match.
She has to, but she won't. It's going to be Natalya.
Natty got her win in Calgary, so I think PFC gets a W back the other way tonight.
Fair enough, because I entirely forgot. Like, the collective around Natalya happened in Calgary, so...
Yeah. Malachi Black is a lucky man. Fair enough. Fair enough. Shout out Malachi. Looking forward to you returning to the WWE sooner than later.
Yeah, that's been talked about for a hot minute, actually.
It's still under contract.
We got Penta before we got Malachi. Like, let that sink in. That's pretty impressive.
Well, again, it's all on contractual obligations. Penta and Phoenix were there first. Their contract expires first, and Malachi will hold on. And when his contract expires, he'll have some decisions to make. So that becomes it, right? It's first in, first out. Congrats to Bird Lady. She is getting married. Yes. Smart man. You got that WWE money, babe? Let's get married. Let's do it. Lock that shit down. Put a ring on it.
Is he one that flew over the cuckoo's nest?
He had to be. As we are off and running, folks, Natty, Zoe. And 58% going Zoe at the moment.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a valid point. I mean, Zoe Starks is going to be one that they build up upon. That's going to be there day in and day out. That's going to be the future of this division versus Natty's. You're on the back nine.
Right.
Respectfully.
Well, I mean, again, I don't think that's in question in any way, shape, or form. But she's wonderful for getting people over, and she's going to deliver well. And she seems poised to try and still matter. They kept her.
Is she someone who should go to NXT?
She'd be great in NXT. I want to see her fight Jordan Grace. We've been all waiting for that. I mean, again, it would be a hell of a matchup.
I thought that could have been the thing. Sorry.
Right? Let's see if Jordan, like we all know, we were all big fans of Jordan. Can Jordan Natty, like Natty's going to take her to school a little bit. Can Jordan hang? It'd be a really good litmus test, especially prior to signing. Like prior to Jordan becoming a free agent, it'd be really nice how she programs with Natty. Because if Natty can't get a good match out of you, and Natty will go back through Gorilla and report back exactly what you need to know.
Is Natty like? I remember people saying like when like Jericho and them went from WCW to WWE, is Natty kind of like how X-Pac was, the 1, 2, 3 kid of one of those of, well, if you can have a good match with her or with them, then you can have a good match in WWE. Like it's one of those like the litmus test, the barometer.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The exact word I just used, litmus test.
Sorry.
Exactly that, Nick. 100% exactly what you're looking at there. Definitely that's what Natty is. Natty is the old guard. They respect her opinion. We know her hubby and how much he puts into the women's division. So it's all there. As we head to another commercial break, Curtis, what number?
Don't tell him. Anthony's all excited because you mentioned Jordan and Natty saying that'll slap.
It should. I'm looking forward to it. I really want that matchup.
Oh, I'm really interested in all of the potential Jordan Grace matchups at this point because now that Pandora's box has been opened.
Yeah. JBL on TNA, too funny. I'm starting to like the PFC. I like them. I just didn't love them losing last week, but I do like where they're heading with it. Don't love the name. I love the people and how they set up.
I like the faction, hate the name. Like the faction, hate the name.
Yeah, the name sucks.
Rook and Grace for tag champs. Fair enough. Well, no, then you're crossing brands, you're crossing platforms.
Hey, I mean, I highly doubt it, but I want to see. I like what Ruka did. I really like where they're heading with Ruka.
Well, how far, as we're in commercial break, how far does the rabbit hole go when it comes to TNA? Do we get a cross-promotional pay-per-view? Do we get cross-promotional title holders? Does anyone ever that's an NXT exclusive superstar per se hold a TNA title or vice versa?
That's a tricky question because the companies are very, unless one company there's a little frivolous with theirs, but most wrestling companies are very protective of their champs, very protective of their belts, very protective of the situation. So crossover champions, I mean, it would be exciting. I remember wanting Jordan to beat Roxy just because it would send shockwaves of like, holy shit, the Knockouts champion is also the NXT champion. What do we do? Yeah, I fully expect that we're working towards this Super Brawl pay-per-view. I think the rumors, again, just rumors, but we will see.
I think that's the best way to go about this. And it's still, I just love the fact that we have this whole buzz, like that we're in this day and age in pro wrestling to where you can have the buzz of, is an NXT guy going to show up on Victory Road? Oh, I can't wait till Josh Alexander shows up on NXT and shit like that.
I'm wondering, is JBL under a Legends contract? Because if JBL is under a Legends contract, the WWE would have to greenlight his appearance.
I think he's under. Well, that'd be interesting. I wonder that, or if he's under just a traveler's contract, because he's certainly done some fucking traveling.
I'm going to do some traveling right now. I'll be right back, sir.
You go find if he's under a Legends contract right now, as Zoe has the charisma of a cutting board. I miss an oop. You're not exactly wrong, but still, as we're back in action, as Zoe misses with a drop kick, as Natalya hits a belly-to-back suplex, but people forget that Zoe had the point to where she was out there. She was toe-to-toe when it came to Nikita Lyons as far as attention and everything when it came to the NXT women's division. Like the NXT women's division that we have now was built a little bit on the back recently of Zoe Starks and Nikita Lyons. Like, she's a former NXT women's champion. She's talented. They have just done expletive and all when it comes to actually promoting any sort of talent or charisma for her when it comes to the main roster. Spaz, thank you for the $5 super chat, not super chat. Tag champs Bianca or Belair and Cargill versus tag champ Spitfire. Also, my other super chat vanished from the scroll. Well, I do apologize, sir. I do apologize. Best I can say is I apologize, but thank you. That would be interesting. Well, and to me, it would be interesting because the TNA women's tag division seems to be very much bouncing around a little bit. If you had the whole, well, Alicia Edwards isn't able to compete, but she's still getting involved here and there. But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad match. I'd still take, Jade and Bianca in that. But yeah, you have that. Ooh, Zoe going for a finisher. Natty's setting up the sharpshooter. Who blocks it into a roll through. 1, 2, 2 out. 2, 1, 2. We're just trading pinfalls at this point. Well, if that's the case, I will fill in for JBL taking his spot and talking about sports like he did on commentary. Christian, respectfully, I think between me, KJ, and anything, I think we got you covered. All due respect. But as Natalya picks up the sneaky pinfall, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing that the babyface is having to sneak a win, is having to hit a surprise roll through? And you thought she kind of got the surprise win, because they were out there in Calgary, and now this is just the collection of baby faces of Lyra, Natty, and Zelina. Some people want to push for whatever reason, and then an actual heel faction, as Rhea backstage here with Katakele. 316 mad about Rhea. I don't know why. Oh, as Finn's confronting Rhea. Why was Sonya Deville never had a Matrix Trinity gimmick? Because she just looks it. You just know it. They don't need to tell you it because you just know it. Solo is better than Roman, in my opinion. Italian Mafia 2. Now, if that don't seem like a name meant to try and trigger me, especially with that comment, I'm going to just hit you where you can have that even what I'm mad at. Because ain't no way you actually believe that Solo is better than Roman. When John Cena is out there calling him the GOAT of most GOATs, when game recognized game, Roman Reigns is tiers and levels above Solo Sikoa. Stop it instantly. Oh boy. Hey, check out our new collective jobber. Yeah, that's the bit of this thing, though, with the Pure Fusion Collective, the PFC, the Shazonia, all of that. They haven't won shit. They haven't actually done anything to validate them seeming intimidating at all. They have been flatulent at best. Bálor face to face with Rhea, who has the better accent. I don't know. I'm not an accentologist. I don't know. Depends on, are you swooned more by an Irish accent or an Australian accent? I don't know why I was going to throw in Italian. I can't even do that. But yeah. Shout out Rhea, though, with the crimped 1990s, Britney Spears fan hair. But yeah, I think that this is really interesting. Oh, Jey Uso showing up I got your back. But I think that this is really interesting because think about it. The original, the OG, triple OG of the Judgment Day out there with Adam Copeland. Who else was out there? Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. That was it. That was the two. So for them to sit there and get eye to eye, toe to toe, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so, I told you so. As Rhea and Jey out here, I mean, shit, my birthday's coming up. Maybe I need to take the missus out to a Waffle House or something. As Jey switching from the blue yeet to the pink yeet.
Speaking of the pink yeet. Yes! Miss me.
I mean it. I should have taken the pass back.
I'll eat that pig all day long. Let's go.
You can eat this.
Thank you, Spaz. Climbing is everything.
Yeah, tag champs Belair and Bianca versus tag. So Spaz was asking this while you were on your pause for the cause of talking about TNA and WWE crossovers of tag team champs versus tag team champs when it comes to the women division.
Maybe. Again, I think they're a little protective of those titles, right? So it would be very curious.
I fucking hate what you've created now. No, fuck off with that. But Pinky and the Eats, the Pink Eats like the Pink Panther.
You do every night, Pinky.
Just trying to take over the world. Nerf.
We'll be covering it live from where we are right now, folks. We will not be in the building, but if you go and bring a sign, we will send you a t-shirt.
Yeah, and we'll shout out Anthony. Ringsider Anthony will be there live in full effect for Bad Blood. So 100%. I want to see who can sit there and get a picture with Anthony.
Right. But another commercial break. What number are we at? 5, 6? I feel like we're clipping along on these commercials.
7, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Dun dun dun.
Jay got the wrist game, I see. Yeah, so you came back right after they were just teasing the little bit. Well, they had Finn and Rhea confront each other, which I mentioned of OG, triple OG, Judgment Day. That's Finn and Rhea. Those were the two right there next to Adam Copeland, Edge, and everything.
It was Damian and Rhea.
No.
It was Damian and Rhea, and then Finn came after, no? Or am I crazy?
I'm pretty sure it was Finn and Rhea.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but yeah.
I think someone said it in the chat, actually. I really understand. Where'd it go? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys can confirm. Who was the original 3? Pinky,
I'll admit
Charlie, Whitey. Why do I got to be Mr. Pink?
Stuck in the middle with you.
Right. Rhea is just like Becky. In what way? Expand, show your work, sir. Because I think I know what you're saying, and I would adamantly disagree.
Right. It was Damian, Finn, and Edge. What? Edge, Priest.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's two conflicting answers right there. Rhea joined a month after. It was Damian and Rhea.
Damian and Rhea were the OGs. Yeah. Finn came in after. He was the fourth, and then he was the one that caused the
all right. So, yeah, all right. I'll throw the hand up. I was wrong. Finn was the one that kicked Edge out. No, like I said, I'll admit I was wrong.
Rhea joined a month after. Yeah, that was the first two. Yeah, they all put it together. It wasn't a month though. The night Finn joined, they kicked out Edge. Facts. Dun, dun,
right.
dun. Rhea is better than Becky in every way possible. As Nick taking a pause for the cause, we are getting another sky view of Portland. It's beautiful. Never been there myself, but it should. It's been a good crowd tonight. That was the Pac-Man Ghost. I see ya. Zoe Stark needs WWE Bad Blood pay-per-view match to announce. Zoe's backstage. Yeah, Richard. Pass the cheap on the left-hand side. As here comes Jey Uso. Edge recruited Priest and Rhea. Yes. I don't know why I clicked on that, Sean. If you got silly shit like that to say, probably shouldn't be here. Thank you again. Call me a loser, Monica. Like Monica got knocked out. You got knocked the fuck out. Braun Breaker retains no heat. Yeah, I mean that's a really tough call. It's a really challenging one to decide between Jey, because Jey, again, multiple opportunities at championships of various levels, never been successful, and of course Braun Breaker's on a tear. Are they willing to take the belt off the young champion already? I don't know. Braun Breaker for the win. Keep Portland Yeet. Let's go. Next Monday, Braun Breaker, Jey Uso. Let's go. Make wrestling yeet again. I like it. Leave the dog alone. Facts. It was Finn all along that told Dom to hook up with Liv. I always felt that. Now, they never really dove far into that, Sappit, but it always felt like Finn had an underlying part of all this. What is a better matchup for Gunther, Drew or Punk at Survivor Series? Gunther's a beast, Damien. That becomes the challenge with Gunther all the way through. He is an absolute beast. So I think Drew is going to get a championship soon. How soon, I don't know. But I think my guess right now is Drew's going to go over Punk and Drew's going to head towards Gunther. Very interesting, though. Yeet! Let's go. Are you going to be Shawn Michaels for Halloween? Nope. My Halloween costumes always require a beard. Last year I went as Nick. We'll figure out what I do this year. But Jey Uso getting the crowd all hyped up. All right. The crowd's going wild, folks. Again. And here we go. Braun Breaker interrupting the Yeet Man himself. And here comes your IC champion. Jey Uso for president. Might be a bit of a stretch, but in the States, it would probably be an upgrade. As long as Jey Uso doesn't like golfing, he should be okay. But here comes Braun Breaker, rocking the leather jacket. Did he get that from his uncle? I mean, his dad. I always confuse that. Yeah, it looks like he's wearing Rick Steiner's jacket, folks. I'm going to say Punk wins at Bad Blood, and then he gets Gunther at Survivor Series. Could be. I mean, again, they've done a good job of making it interesting. You should be Geekbox for Halloween. Could I put a ginge tinge on this? I don't know. Maybe I go ginge. But Braun Breaker getting a big reaction from the crowd. What's up, Orland? Finn literally just said it. Thank you, Paul. Here is my take on Rhea, that is, she is the most overrated and overhyped, and all of wrestling fans are worse than the I said. So here's the thing with that. She's not overhyped, and she went through her growing pains. She had to figure out who she was. When she locked into who she is now in NXT, she earned it. She developed it. And again, at the end of the day, again, overrated, no. She's big, she's strong, she's powerful, she's a good promo. She brings energy. The crowd's behind her. They like her. How does that lead to overrated? She's not a bad in-ring competitor in the least. She's a talented woman. We've watched her from NXT up. I don't see the overrating. I don't see it. I'm getting threats on Twitter X because I like Liv and Dom. Well, you should never get threats, but trust me, we've been getting a lot of heat on this channel for our opinions, but that's just the way it is. Some fans are stupid, and most fans that don't have a good opinion resort to just stupidity. So that's kind of sums it up pretty quick. Liv and Dom, you're allowed to like them, but I'm also with you. I think Liv and Dom have earned their flowers. That doesn't mean Rhea Ripley to me is overrated in any way, shape, or form. Billy, how you doing? Welcome. I missed the what chant. Well, we got eat chants instead of what chants. I'm a dog, says Braun Breaker. Saying Rhea Ripley is overrated is like saying LeBron James is overrated. Stop it. Again, you can't, so I get in arguments with people about Roman Reigns. Like, oh, they're shoving Roman down our throats. No, Roman was actually underbooked because, remember, he was a part-time champion. And then when he wasn't there, fans were cheering for him. I think sometimes, I don't get it. And it's like, I find the same thing with, your favorite music bands and such. Like, the minute someone hits number one on the chart, a collection of people come out and say they suck. It's a weird thing that we do. We got Wolfs and Arfs in the chat. I love it. What? Braun is a good promo. He's good. It's in his blood. Borrowed Uncle Rick's jacket and everything. He is ready to go, folks. And I like it. I like it a lot. Possibly Braun's best promo. It's good. I'm not going to take you lightly. Woo, I like it. They're building up heat. We're 1 week away from the match. So a little promo, a little time in the ring to talk to the fans and let them know what they're up to. Beautiful. Orlando, welcome to the Wrestling Utopia. If you don't know, we are the channel that watches more live wrestling than any other channel out there. And make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, be a part of the family, be a part of the fun. And we are growing by the minute. We appreciate it. We're going to see what you're made of. I can imagine Jey Uso and Braun Breaker as candidates for president. Keep smoking that good, Christian. Keep smoking that good. Her fan, there's a large collection of it, my guy. I mean, go online and say something negative about Liv and watch how much heat you get. There's a lot of simps out there that act like they're dating their favorite wrestlers. It's cute, but it's not a good thing. But yeah, Rhea's fans are no different than, again, I didn't like All Out and people told me to die. So that's on you. Since we are in diapers, how old does Jay think Braun is? As Braun just lays out Jey Uso. Dun, dun, dun. Jey Uso can talk shit. He just said exactly what Braun Breaker just told him. Interesting. Going for that spear. He eats that spear. Jey Uso turns it around. Yeah, I'm picking Braun Breaker next week. I'm telling you that right now. Braun Breaker goes for the spear. Jey Uso lays him out. I love it. Let's go, folks. The year of Sailor Goon. Interesting. Why do you need Karrion Kross if you got Braun Breaker? You don't. And that's why we're not seeing Karrion Kross. I'm really intrigued at what, if anything, you do with Karrion Kross. I think you can have both. But again, right now we're getting a lot of Braun and not a lot of Karrion. So unless there's something there with Karrion and Woods, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't know, now you know. They're all digging in, shooting shots. That's what you do. A little bit of realism is why it works. Key spear, Jay's spear is weak. I don't think so. I think he's got a good spear. It might not be the Roman spear, but he's a smaller man. I think Braun Breaker's spear is better as well. Pete Dunne versus Sheamus, it cooked. Had that happen already. Braun won the build-up match. Math? There you go. What do you call Braun on the dance floor? Braun booty shaker. Cute, MDB. As we go back to a couple weeks ago where Kairi Sane ate a table with her eyeball. Yeah, boom. I think Sheamus dethrones Braun Breaker at WrestleMania 41. Again, lots to unfold from now till then, so we'll see. Again, I think that Braun beats Jay because Jay is going to get pulled into the Bloodline storyline heading into Survivor Series. I don't know that for a fact. It's a guess, but that's my educated guess right now is that Jay is going to get pulled into the Bloodline. But again, it's going to be a really good match that helps build the young career of Braun Breaker as I got Io Sky yelling at the champs. Calling them cowards. Who is your favorite WWE wrestler? Mine is Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. I have so many. There's a long list. If anybody wants to chime in on who their faves are, again, I think I'm at the point where picking a favorite's a tricky one. I can tell you who entertains me a whole lot, but yeah, favorites are a tricky endeavor. I miss Bray Wyatt too, Orlando. Jay is 6'3", 242. Yeah, what's Roman? About the same? He's definitely heavier. And I don't know if Jay is 6'3". Is he really 6'3"? All right. So I think we're going to run back the Sky Pirates and Destiny's Child. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, you might be right, MDB. Braun hits that. Braun might have be the best spear in the business at this moment. Could be. Braun needs to use the jacket. Then the comparisons to Goldberg are going to take off for sure. But I don't see what's wrong. I mean, you say the spear isn't cutting it. His spear is dynamite. He knocks guys out of his shoes. Like, let's be real. As we go to break number 6, folks. Woods in the back. Pause. This show needs subtitles. All right. I think Obi, when he's ready, will dethrone Breaker. Again, that's a long ways away, though. And people got to remember, Oba's going to stay on NXT for a bit. They want to build that show up. And again, they want to take it on the road, which is an interesting situation unto itself. By next year, we will get a reuniting of Uso, yes or no? Yeah, I think at some point we're going to get, but will it stick? I think the Usos are enjoying, and I think Jay in particular is enjoying being solo. And Jimmy, due to injury, hasn't really had his chance to pursue much solo endeavors. So I wonder if he is hesitant to get involved that way. If they're hesitant to throw him back together right away. The Judgment Day retains. For the win. Xavier Wood heel turn coming. It could be. As I forgot to take that one down. We'll get that next. Is Jade the Kelly Rowland and to Bianca's Beyonce, and that makes Naomi the other one? Kind of fair. I mean, I think there might be some debate. As you know, is Jade the Beyonce? I don't know. Somehow understood EO's English. Yeah, I mean, she got it out. She did all right. We have a gather here today for the death of the New Day. They had a good run and will always live in our memories. New Day rocks. New Day, bam, trouble in paradise. Listen, I mean, again, I kind of joked before that if Kofi was the one that turns, it would be like, holy shit. It would surprise us. It would surprise me more. I think Woods would be the candidate for it, but I could be wrong. But yes, I think it's time to put the New Day to bed. Naomi is going to lose this Friday and get moved to Raw, and she will be the reason Jimmy and Jay reunite. Okay. I'll take that. We'll see how that plays out. Judgment Day for the win. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, Judgment Day is not losing. I don't think Judgment Day is going to lose. Doesn't make sense for them to lose yet. They've been on a good run, so give it time. But yeah, the Judgment Day are going to continue to win, and I will put that in the chat now. But JD versus the N-Day. Let's go. Who'd you got? I hope Raw gets a new logo when it premieres on Netflix. I saw teasers, Christian, of a new potential Raw logo. Again, I'm a bit of a graphics fiend. So I like when they change things up. I like the SmackDown stuff. I like a new vibe. I like a new, fresh coat of paint on a program, especially when there are, we see them so much. I imagine they're going to do the same thing. You want kind of a line of demarcation with, you go to Netflix, you make it feel new. What we just did with SmackDown with USA, the same thing. All right. So you can look back and go, this was the logo at this time in history. Spaz again with a super chat, folks. Don't forget to get your super chats in. Don't let Spaz be the only super guy around. But $10. Jay beats Braun for the IC title. Jane joins Roman in War Games on the go home show to SmackDown. Bloodline 2.0 beat up Jay. Braun buys tips. You lost me at the end, sir. Cashes in, beating Jay. Yeah, there will be no buying of the Money in the Bank. There will be no exchanging of the Money in the Bank. Jay could win the IC title, though I think it's very unlikely, especially after the interaction we just watched. I think it's Braun Breaker's match to win. Might be Kofi turning heel. Again, that would be the holy shit. We did not see that coming. Like, you think Woods is going to do it. And like the comment above, trouble in paradise. Again, I'm in. I just feel like this tag team has run its course. And yeah, one day down the road, they might slide them back together and kumbaya it. But right now, again, no one's been overly into it. They could have had Cody not sign the contract for the tag team. I thought maybe that's what they were going to do, Kirby. I actually thought that when they were leaning towards it. I do like what they've done here, and I do like the fact that they're reluctantly helping each other. We've all seen movies like this, Iron Man, Captain America, Superman, Batman. We've seen this story before. Two heroes, Wolverine, Deadpool, two heroes that have to work together but don't really want to. So I agree with you.
Did I happen to fucking fall into that?
Fall into?
Well, no, I was saying heroes that work together.
It's where you yes, yeah, there you go. Good timing. Deliver. I have Naomi get set to Raw. Bianca. Pause. What? Gonna blame Bailey and sent to Raw. Okay, pause. I read that wrong. Bailey and possibly heel turn for Bianca and Jade. No, I think they're gonna have one or the other turn, and I do think that there's a chance that Naomi ends up on Raw.
Could be.
How'd the New Day get a title match? They're showing us on the replay, I believe. Like how? Oh no, that's Ray getting. Okay, so there's.
Yeah, they were a tag team. That's what it was. They were a tag team.
Dun dun dun. Imagine Kofi turns heel on Woods and turns Jamaican again. That's the gimmick.
Yeah. Wait, didn't you used to have an accent?
Right. I was hoping we would get a new Raw logo. You will. I'm positive you will. And again, there's ones floating out there that I don't know if they're factual or not yet. But just like we saw with SmackDown going to USA Network, when they go to Netflix, they will put in a fresh coat of paint on the show.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we're still just kind of in a holding pattern here until we get to them going to Netflix.
Who wins a Bad Blood, CM Punk or Drew? As I sit here right now, we will have a prediction show leading into it, but I think that Drew's going to win it.
I'll take Punk.
Wow.
He sold me.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, look, Kofi wearing green, Xavier wearing black. Dun, dun, dun.
Power Rangers.
New Day rocks, kind of, sort of. I recommend the breakfast burrito. Thanks, Christian. I know you love your food, buddy. I was hoping we'd saw that one. I love that one. How the New Day? We answered that fashionably late, but we in here. Willie, better late than never, bro.
Right.
JD McChicken's head getting bigger every week. Yeah, we're gonna have to get special doors for this guy eventually.
He's one of those that got the special helmet.
Sad looking tag. Those tag titles are beautiful.
Ferrero Rocher, my guy. Ferrero Rocher. Because they're terrible.
Yeah.
No, not even a strong case. Just
Yeah. Barely was just held not too long ago. Jimmy, I think there's more to that thought.
Where it's doing, are you how?
Roll Tide, welcome back. Odyssey Jones was a big hit in the storyline. Now he's we're not going to go too far into that because we're not allowed to speculate publicly without facts. But that being said, Odyssey was a big part of what they were planning. And again, that's where we're wondering what the pivot is. As we're off and rolling, get your predictions in. 80%, just under 80% going New Day or going Judgment Day.
Was with a sorry.
Oh. Backflip off his shoulders. Wow. Kit Kats better, especially the exotic foreign ones. All right, drugs are bad.
I mean, or good,
depending.
Use responsibly. Use as suggested.
Right.
As the New Day firing up as they send both members of the Judgment Day on the outside as we go to commercial break here.
Back in it, Curtis, where we at? Yes, it's today, Judgment Day. Triple H loves all the poetic irony things. So, yeah, game over for the Judgment Day. Oh, wait. No, what? Judgment Day, game over for the Judgment Day. No. Judgment Day are fine.
Yeah, no. What? Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
All right. Uncle Howdy versus Cross. My only fear with that is it might bore the fans enough that we give up on Uncle Howdy in the process.
You swallow Karrion Kross whole with that. You have taken any bit of any sort of spooky mystique, anything like that with him. 100%. You've swallowed that whole of. You just give up at that point. That should be he loses and then you release him after that at this point because you've swallowed any bit of mystique left.
Yeah, I'm okay. Again, if that happens to be the case, because I'm not overly into Kross, but again, I don't know if people care enough about Kross to be a nice opponent. Like people were into Chad Gable, we were into kind of how that Alpha Academy stuff was going to play out. So them beating them in a fight with Alpha American Made, people were interested. People were kind of into it, but for them to go into something with the Final Testament, I don't know if people care enough about the Final Testament to keep the interest.
But is that an issue with Kross, or is that more of that they built him up and facaded him enough and propped him up that we believed in him, and now this is really what he is? Like, it's one of those. This is getting to me sink or swim moment here. Of this is either going to work or it's really fucking not. Like there is one or the other here. We can't keep fucking pussyfooting with this.
I think that goes back to what we said earlier. They haven't been able to deliver something that has been compelling in the ring.
But is that on Kross or is that on the booking? Like, because if they try and give you shit and you can't get it over and you can't make it work, is that on them or is that on you?
I don't like his booking, and he hasn't been booked a lot in the ring, period, and he hasn't been very successful when he's been in the ring. So Kross, again, it becomes the boy that cried wolf, and because he has to come in and he's got to damage people. He's got to be the badass he used to be. And if you don't book him like that, then he's never going to get over like that.
Is there a space, though, especially right now for him on Raw, to be that force of nature carrying cross right now? Because you've already got that with the Wyatt 6. You've already got that with Gunther a bit. You've already got that with Braun Breaker.
Yeah, you never had too many beaters. I went through the Attitude Era where every segment had superstars in it. There's nothing wrong with carrying cross being at the top of his game and being booked like a top of his game of a guy that's on his come up. I don't think that would be the issue. And again, maybe that's part of the hold off is trying to shuffle him into the deck. But I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with if Cross is cooking, having him on the show. And if your segment 3 is awesome because of him and segment 4 and 5 and 6 are awesome because of the other guys, you got no problem with that. It's like running a team. You never hold back of like, well, we can't, if he's good, the cream rises to the top, my guy.
But how do you reheat something that's
a different question.
Sitting on the shelf, might have a little bit of mold you need to cut off of it and everything like that. Probably been already overcooked as it is. Like, how do you reheat that and make it palatable? Again,
I think I've said this a few times now, is you got to put it in the ring. If the payoffs aren't in the ring, the fans are never going to get behind it. If you're going to tell us you're a badass and you're here to fuck shit up, you got to fuck some shit up. If you don't, you're just two guys in a suit trying to get a job.
Well, speaking of two guys with beards, we're out here and we're back in action as Xavier Woods going at JD McFunko Pop.
Off the hot tag. The crowd's loud for, like, again, kind of to your case of, I mean, the fans are giving energy for the New Day. Right behind them right now.
Is it just because it's the New Day? Like, I'm the one who, like, I guess, pitched this, but I feel like it's just because it's the New Day. Like, there's not, like, if they were to win tonight, it stays, it doesn't gain, it just stays of just, we pop because it's the New Day. We're supposed to cheer for them.
I don't think so, because if things are boring, they're boring. And I mean, right now they're on fire. The crowd's liking it. That's like saying, is it just Rhea because it's Rhea? Like, if the crowd is behind you, the crowd's behind you. I don't think they're cheering out of some Pavlovian response.
Well, I mean, actually, both are kind of almost one of the same. Trust me, when Rhea shows up, most wrestling fans drool and clap. So I think that is a Pavlovian response. But yeah, as Woods with a 1-2 count.
Deep two. WWE needs Wardlow with carrying cross. We'll see. I mean, somebody mentioned Malachi and Bo one day maybe. Again, I'm a big fan of Malachi, and I hate what's happened to him in AW. Xavier versus Kofi would be a big match. Here comes JD.
Why are they both showing up with the fucking Alta Tire jerseys?
Woods is not. Woods told him. Oh no, he didn't tell Lawo to stay away. We got trouble.
Right, roll through 1, 2 go. Super kick.
100%, Boston, 100%. Down goes Funko Pop. Who's going to come out from behind as both members of New Day going up?
I got Kofi
taking everybody out. No way. No ref.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Kofi's going to be pissed at Xavier's going to be pissed at Kofi. Kofi fucked up.
But did he fuck up, or is it because of all this stupid bullshit faction warfare shit?
Kofi took his eye off the ball, bro. And now Xavier's mad.
Get in here, you goddamn stupid official. He's like every NFL player, just arguing at the officials.
Right. Ref, you suck.
Blind tagging to Finn, by the way, as now. Set up for the coup de grace.
In the Kacha Hachime.
1, 2,
you got
3.
I got the 3 now.
Yeah, fuck. Woods is gonna lose his shit.
You gotta tap and count to 2 and then tap again. 2 and 2.
Duh.
Worse than WWE refs. These are the WWE refs. Was there a first half to that thought?
Probably the NFL refs. I don't know.
Here comes the turn. It's got to be close. I mean, it feels like it. Xavier had the titles won, but Kofi decided to jump out of the ring and distract the official. There it is.
Hey, as he's even get the fuck off me.
Get off me. You fucked up everything.
Hey, this might be the moment you're talking about. As Woods is out there saying, I had this, and you're out there doing this bullshit. If there was one that was going to turn amongst the New Day, it was going to be Woods. I mean, maybe if it was Big D when he had the world title and everything. But yeah, at this point, it's got to be Woods.
Again, I mean, Kofi would be the shocker, and I would be okay with it. But Xavier just said, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm sick of this.
Kofi turning heel is like Cedric Alexander being a heel.
It'd be interesting.
Who gives a fuck?
My assumption, I mean, a lot of people would care. Kofi's been a babyface for 3 decades. But again, I think Xavier is the most likely candidate to do so. But I think there's a good amount of people that would give a shit if Kofi went in a completely new direction. Oh, we got Bo. We got Bo.
Bo knows. Even now, the words of the red grow stronger. Screaming, whispers sound like screaming in silence, guiding the knife. Oh, spooky.
One and the same. You speak, we follow.
QR code.
QR code. Interesting. Bastards. Why?
But that's how you pivot. We finished our feud. We ran through that. So now what's next? And now we go back to the old tried and true. We get to the QR codes and tease the fishing line a little bit more.
I like it. I like it a lot. Keep them interesting. Keep us guessing. I know people right now are all fidgeting and fumbling to figure out what that QR code said. And as soon as we get an update, we'll let you know. But yeah, I mean, again, very interesting. Did not expect them to go back down that path.
Very interesting. And it's still, what's next? What's the ultimate goal? If they're just here to wreck shit, I'm all the way here to just watch them wreck shit and everything. Like, do they need a goal? Does a faction like that ever need a world title or to hold any title gold?
Not yet. I mean, again, they will at some point. Like, I believe that, like, if you're gonna have Dexter and the Redwood and guys like that, I mean, maybe Dexter and Gacy are tag champs. I could see Rowan going after an IC belt at some point. And again, if you want, eventually Bo's going to get where he needs to go, and the way they're building this in that realm of just not being supernatural, not being over the top. I think it works. And again, everybody's goal is to climb the ladder. If they continue to be popular and they continue to get over and continue to sell shirts, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't put some straps on them.
And well, tag belts versus if you go like Wyatt, Fiend, and everything as like Universal World Champion, like that. To me, one of the biggest downfalls of the Fiend character.
Yeah, but that was different, Nick, because Bo's not the same. Bo's not in that vein. Like, Bo's not doing the Fiend supernatural. You can't beat me. I'm like Kane reincarnate times 10. It's more of like if Bo climbed the ladder and was having matches like he had with Chad Gable, and he eventually worked his way to a Gunther. Yeah, I could see it. I really could. But it's not that like I just come in and dominate. There would be a build to it, and I have no problem with it, just like any other wrestler.
Well, to me, I don't think that that's at all the motive. It's to me, it's a little. I know Taker's multi-time world champion and everything, but to me, it's a little bit more akin to that of that's not the motive. That's not the end game. It is not championship gold. It's about sending a message.
But it's the spoils of war, and it's a part of that. If we have a personal issue, if we take issue with somebody that happens to wear a strap, and I happen to annihilate him, and I happen to take him out and take his strap,
but does that not switch the narrative then of once you have championship gold, then the narrative becomes keeping that gold versus
no. Yeah, I would change the idea that they would have to keep it, but because it's not like the supernatural Fiend, Bo can lose matches. We know Bo is fallible. We see Bo get hurt. So him being champion isn't the same thing. Like, he would have no problem going on a run because, again, is he there yet? No. But again, it's not like he can't lose. Bo can lose. It might cause more rage. It might cause more chaos. Again, there's no reason for him to be. Again, it's not similar. It's not the same as the Fiend.
No, and that's fine. And I understand what you're saying of he can lose and everything, but I still think ultimately the narrative, the end game with all of that, whether they can lose, whether it's supernatural, whether it's not, what have you, whether it's based in reality, is not championship gold. It's about they're more agents of chaos than they are agents.
What's more chaotic than running everything? What's more chaotic than having all the control? What's more dominant? If you want to send the blood through the show, if you want to dominate everybody and take everybody
we're
out,
gonna get Gunther versus Howdy.
What?
So we're gonna get Gunther versus Howdy?
I never said that.
I know. I asked the question.
It could be a year from now, and it could be anybody versus Howdy. But I believe in Bo Dallas. He was one of the best and one of the first NXT champs, and I have no issue with him challenging for a championship. And if one day he was to win it, if the crowd and the energy was behind it, there's no problem with that. Again, their narrative never said we don't want belts. They've never said we don't want this. We never said we're not. They're coming to take over. They're coming to send a message. And what better message than having a lot of gold? The Wyatt family had gold. Rowan and Brody had gold.
Fair enough.
And there was no issue with that. As Kofi going, oh, look at this.
Confront Woods. Woods is confronting the LWO. But Larry with the $2 super chat saying Malachi Murphy return. Malachi becomes 6 and Howdy 6 now.
No. They might rival them, but they won't join them.
I think the Lantern's still the 6 and Wyatt 6.
Yeah. Well, you're no fun. Build your own adventure, Anthony. And you don't have to search too hard. Just go on the internet. There's 11 fucking million
people. Do this. Like, we can't do this because we're live, but you do this.
Right. I think it makes sense that they'd want titles. Yeah, everybody who's in the wrestling business, everybody who's in a sport wants championships, period. That's what you're here for. Not saying they're going to get them overnight, but they have no, like, that's the ultimate goal for every wrestler is to be a champion. And as Stone Cold says, if you're not here to win championships, what the fuck you doing here? What?
Why? As Woods just lays a tongue lashing on Kofi and then walks off.
Woods is not having it. Woods is pissed. Woods is wearing black.
I downplayed everybody saying that because I was like, he's just a goddamn black Power Ranger. Like, calm down. And he's heel. He's wearing black attires. He's heel. And it's kind of fitting.
Right.
Do you have a grade for Tessitore so far as a commentator?
Fine. Perfectly fine. Not bad. Not
indifference.
Yeah, again, I think part of it, in all fairness to Tessitore, as we are getting a run back of Braun and Braun, I think with Tessitore, because we do this, we talk over him so much, so I don't have a really good assessment. He does really he almost has Mean Gene vibes to me at times, but like just the tone of his voice, he hasn't done anything noticeably bad, and he's been perfectly fine to keep the flow going. Do I think he's overly like a great wrestling commentator? Maybe not yet.
He's middle of the road. He has managed to not be offensive or attention grabbing at the same time.
But yeah, I think that I like this from Bronson Reed, by the way. I like this a lot. But yeah, I think they've done I think he's been all right. I have no issue with him. I think you got to give him time. It's early. We'll see if he kind of gets that. Wrestling's a different game than your average sport, right? And so get that emotion into it. You're not covering the Masters, or you're not covering the World Series. Like, here comes the pitch. It's, oh my God, he's pitching. Oh my God, he's pitching. You know, like, it's That is what I'm, where we hope we get.
There's much more story than play-by-play. I'll say that. Yeah, there's emotion.
As here comes Bronson Reed. There goes my drink.
There we go.
Tsunami in the house.
TJ, what up? Big Bronson Reed. Roll Tide saying tease and peace. Do.
I think the New Day.
Oh, well, fair. Or, I don't know if you caught this earlier, but Tito Jackson, the wheelman, the fucking stick man there for Michael Jackson, passed away.
Oh, did he? Oh, tease
yes.
and peace.
Will you guys ever live stream WWE 2K24?
Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. We cover so much. How do we do more? But we'll see. You never know. The network is growing.
We did the AW Fight Forever, and we saw how good of a game that was. So maybe we're a little bit spurned from wrestling games.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day. We like the live wrestling. Again, watching somebody do a universe mode might not be the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
Is Joe replacing Pat while he's gone? Yeah, Pat's coming back eventually. I just don't know what happens to Joe when he comes back. Someone else gets the boot.
That's going to be the big fucking shuffle there.
3-man?
Because, when they go to Netflix, you know it's going to be Michael Cole. You know it's going to be Pat. Do they add Tessitore as the sign? You go back to SmackDown and it's Corey and Barrett?
It's a good question. It really is a good question. Unless they go 3-man, like one of the
you do 3-man on Raw and then 2-man on SmackDown.
Like you go like Barrett and Graves with Cole and Tessitore. No, you got to have Pat and Cole together 100%.
I think you do 3-man on SmackDown, 3-man on SmackDown, 2-man. You do Cole and Pat because they have the chemistry.
Yeah. So go Tessitore with Graves and Barrett. That could work.
Listen, as a motherfucker that's got chemistry with you and everything like that, 100% is the same type of vibe. If you're gonna rock with, who's got the chemistry, who's been there, and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So, going into Netflix era, going into new ground and new territory for Netflix and everything, you stick to the guns, with Pat and Cole, and then you can mud on the water. You can bounce around with a 3-man on SmackDown and everything.
Yeah.
Do you talk with anybody on on NXT? Sorry,
I don't know. I think they're kind of solid the way they are on Netflix. And again, I think Graves and Barrett as like co-color commentary could work well because they banter pretty good. So you put Joe in the middle, and if Joe's a little, Joe can kind of keep the show going, and the other two can kind of build them up. Pat reuniting with Cole's always fun. That makes the most sense to me.
I envision a Pat and Cole a little bit like how you kind of have those dynamic duos of you have your Jerry the King, your Jim Ross, your Paul Heyman's, your Jim Ross's, what have you. So, and especially come towards Netflix and everything, you can have Pat McAfee out there saying, that's a big son of a bitch and everything. And no one's going to bat an eye or call for advertisers to pull the plug and shit.
Yeah, and wherever Cole is your A-team as far as they're concerned. So that is that's part of the shuffle. That's why they will be at Netflix. I don't think it's just the moving parts around those two. I'm curious.
Right.
And still to cry about it, bitches. All right.
Aggressive.
Our bud is very protective of Judgment Day. Very, very keen on the Judgment Day doing well.
He's the front doorsman for the Judgment Day fun lot, the little clubhouse.
Yeah. As we are getting an ad for tomorrow, another stacked night on NXT as they've been packing shit in. A lot of rumors to what could Punk be doing there. Some wonder if it's Cora Jade. Some wonder if it's just some type of announcement. Very interesting.
AJ Lee.
I don't know. I would like it, but I don't know. If he's
the special guest referee for Roxanne versus Julia.
Yeah.
We're getting the night 2 of the doubleheader of CM Punk
right
out here when it comes to wrestling. So give me some AJ Lee.
There you go. There you go. Thank you again, Spaz. We appreciate you. Big E to play Peacemaker Woods. Yeah, again, all incumbent on when, if, and if ever we see Big E again. So, again, he would naturally fit into that dynamic. We just don't know.
Fair enough. Well, anytime Big E shows up in any ring and is actually able to have a match, if you boo this man, I'm going to punch you in your face. Disrespectfully, I'm going to punch you in your face. Because to see him come back from that, like the man was already cheered. Like
they're not even, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't even think it would be even thought of from the internally, like bring him back as a heel. The people are going to be so overjoyed.
No. But I'm saying you'll get some dumb fuck that'll sit there and boo. I'll punch you in your mouth.
I just want to point out the Knicks' favorite TNA knockout, Alicia Edwards, liked my tweet.
Hot tweet. Hot tweet.
Have a stretcher ready. Yeah, this is two beefy boys. It's Braun and Braun about to take each other on. Folks, let us know who you're taking, who you got, who's going to win.
Battle of the Kaijus here. Did we reinforce the ring out here? Because this is two big beefy boys strapping at it here.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we broke the ring right away.
Yep. It took one bump. And the ring just said, nope, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. Like these are the same motherfuckers that sparked out a car.
Yeah.
But
let's go. Braun with the choke slam. We have a ring malfunction, folks. Big boot. So does this become a no contest? The ref hasn't stopped it, I don't think.
Do you have rules with Kaiju versus Kaiju? Like if Godzilla took on King Kong, do you have rules, or is this just
right?
You can hate me now.
That's Braun going for the run. The Strowman Express eats a human being. What the fuck? Yo, he just
who the is that guy? Tell me that wasn't planned.
Bronson Reed throws a human.
Hey, USA Network. That's the motherfuckers you send your
Braun. Holy shit, people. It's over.
No.
So these men are going to have to be stuck.
You bitch made referee.
What?
No, did he call for a no contest right now?
Yeah, it's over. What the fuck more do you want me to do?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
You see this, man? You see that?
This match has been a mess.
Tonight.
The ring is broken. A fan got thrown. They destroyed a barricade. Yeah, you save this and you end up having a street fight or something that can continue.
Last man standing.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Bad Blood will be a nice place for these two monsters to hit each other. Like, look, Bronson struggling.
The Herb Dean was that fucking call. But speaking of which, though, with the fan that just jumped out of nowhere, see, USA Network, that's when you just give these lunatics their SmackDown t-shirts and everything because you went to USA Network. They just jump out here and attack wrestlers.
He wasn't attacked. He was thrown at Braun.
I didn't see him get thrown. I just saw the leap. I just saw flight. I didn't see takeoff.
He sabooed a human, my guy.
He hot tweeted a human being into
it. Here comes Bronson. We're not done yet. I love this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Big shoulder block up onto the travel cases, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
The rolly cases. Security trying to get Braun away.
Bro, there's going to take 57 of them to even equal the weight of this man.
Right.
No one got a taser. No one got pepper spray. No mace.
What you said. It's a kaiju fight, buddy. Like we're going to war.
We're just going to get the one dude from the Godzilla movie. No, let them fight. Right?
That's Braun flipping over the golf cart and the camera. This is hilarious. This is unreal.
But this goes back to when you got Braun going at Roman, where he's out there throwing fucking hooks and taking on scaffolding and everything.
I know Nick wasn't happy, but my God, what more could we ask for?
I'm happy now. I hated if it was going to be the finish of a match.
How do you have a match? The ring was broken, bro. You might as well call it off. Everything was fucked up. We had a fan get launched.
They didn't, like these motherfuckers
through
are
hitting wall, through a wall,
shit off the fucking top rope.
Through a wall. Holy
hey, Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe, you know how you go through a built-up scaffolding that just showed up just that night? That's how the fuck you do it, not no forklift bullshit.
Anyway, they are fucking decimated. Wall destroyed.
Today is going to be the day that we smash it all back to you.
No,
that's kind of my eating I'm here for.
Yeah, guys. All right, so we go to commercial break after nothing but absolute chaos. Holy shit.
And that's perfect that you sell that of. They went through a fucking wall. Holy shit, no one knows what to do with anything. Just cut to commercial. Instead of, like I said, the infamous spot that you were here for of Jericho putting Samoa Joe with a forklift through some plaster wall and just, it was a thing.
It was a thing. It was a thing. When Bronson and Strowman face each other, insurance companies go out of business. Facts, just Joe. That is what AEW exactly. That's when people talk about Bobby Lashley going to AEW. That's what happens to wrestlers the size of that fan with a guy like those.
Facts.
Break 10. Holy shit. Break 10. Raw is over. Yeah, shut her down. We're done.
Well, what do you think could be the main event left at this point? Like, what is left in the chamber?
We still have what else do we have coming up? Let me see on the list. Damian and Dom is still to come.
You're shitting me.
Yeah, I mean, not again, because that wasn't even a match. So they're not really gonna, that's an angle. So we got matches to come. I don't know what else they're gonna do, and I don't know if anything's actually been announced for the main event, but this match is still to come.
But that still sounds really interesting, though. Like, imagine if you ended ended Monday Night Raw, and it's these two motherfuckers take each other through a wall, and folks, that's it. We've got to call it. Production can't even handle this. That's it. Have a good night. What have you? This was supposed to be a match. Like, all due respect to Damian and Dom, but that'll get heat. That'll get a momentum. That's still got a story attached to it. But does it outlive what we just watched? Yeah.
You seem to get concerned a lot about, like, can we do something good now and not, like, I think we'll be fine. Like, I think they have they're going to work out the next hour of the show. We got lots of time to go between stuff. That to me wasn't a point where we should go off the air. Like, they did it perfectly. A big moment, not a match, and we go home. Like, again, if your main event ends up being like that kind of squash, then people kind of gur at that. So nice in the middle of the show. It's a lot of fun, but we got more show to get into, and I think the show will be fine. I don't think, there's no coming back.
No. They've done a really good job of the 3 hours. They've made every moment fucking count. And that's why I'm saying even something like that, that's a hell of a moment. If that's where they ended the show, not bad. Not bad. If that's their 2 hours and we're at 9:50 right now and everything, that's the 2 hour mark come October. Not a bad way to end the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As folks, we headed back into another commercial break. This is entertaining every week, folks. We are entertaining every single night, and the wrestling might suck, but we never do. We appreciate you for being here tonight. Over 100 people in the chat for most of the night so far, with so much more to get into, folks. So make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you haven't liked yet, make sure you do. Follow us on all our social. We got so much more coming your way. Back at it tomorrow for NXT, and then all week long. Plus, we're heading into some busy times with Survivor Series on the cusp. Bad Blood coming up. Wrestle Dreams coming. Grand Slam is on the horizon, and so much more, folks. Plus, we have our original content and everything else we can get our hands on. So be a part of the Wrestling Utopia, and thank you for being here tonight.
Absolutely.
Hope Shane buys AEW. I hope anybody buys AEW. but never going to happen.
You have to be willing to sell for someone to buy it.
Make it a Jurassic Pick match. There you go. Thank you,
Billy. Who's the Tyrannosaurus here?
Right. Thank you, Billy. Thank you. You be T-Rex. Big T.
What the fuck? So I just show up at the end. As the fucking the banner falls around me when dinosaurs rule the earth.
Yeah, we're going through the replays. The tsunami off the box into the table through a wall. Again, what the question becomes is, what do they announce as the payoff match for these two? They're still we're back to it.
Yeah. What the fuck was all the? I just noticed all the random shit that fell off the back of the fucking wall. They're literally having to pull fucking plaster and shit amongst these people, and they're still like, "I'm gonna fucking end you."
Yeah,
this is Peter Griffin and the Giant Chicken going at it. Right now.
As Ludwig walks into Pierce's office, that was chaos. Absolutely chaos.
How does Adam Pearce look so collected after that shit happened on the show? But let Chelsea Green show up, and this man is verklempt. This man is hot and bothered.
That's Chelsea's special power, though. That's her superpower.
She activated Adam's trap card.
Boston, do not underestimate the net worth and value of Shane McMahon. He doesn't need the money, so it makes it very hard for TK to buy him.
Once again, you can't buy what someone ain't selling. That's the thing, is if ain't no one offering it out there, you can't buy it.
Yeah, look, Anthony reminded me. Sorry, Anthony. Actually, Bound for Glory is on the way. TNA this Thursday will be live. Anthony, the shop poet that runs the show, will be here taking on some TNA action as Lumberjack Sami onto the way to the ring.
Right. Oh, let's go.
That poll didn't mean much. Start a new one. What can we...
What is a stop sign at a roundabout? That poll didn't mean much.
Right. They wrapped around it quick. Pierce is blowing a gasket.
Where? I did not see.
They're still on the ground as they should be. I like it. I'm happy they sold that.
Yeah, 100%. The motherfuckers went through a wall. I pick something. I have to bend over to pick something off the floor. I'm fucking almost down on the ground. These motherfuckers went through a wall.
Whoa. Crowd going a cappella.
And Sami going flannel.
Take it back, MDB. Take it back. You say nice things or I'll take your wrench away. I'm just kidding. But Thursday is football night. Oh.
No, it's always football night when Buffalo's playing.
If you're a real wrestling fan, you'll be here.
Sami out here with the fucking Canadian lumberjack attire.
Oregon loves Sami.
Oh, 100%. He looks like a motherfucker that would fit in there.
Yeah, no shit.
If he wasn't French Canadian, he would be 100% be from fucking Portland. Right.
Adam Pearce, please announce an ambulance match. Interesting.
I still like last man standing.
Bronson Reed better throw an elderly lady next week. That's not. Come on now, roll.
I was going to say, Mae Young ceased to be. We don't have any of those on standby anymore.
Willie, all I could focus on with Jamie Noble's snakeskin boots. All that chaos, and all you could stare at was that man's boots. My guy.
I mean, it's Jamie Noble. He might have gone out there back there with a 22 and then made them boots himself. I don't forget Jamie Noble out there with Nadia and everything.
Right. Sami, I love your flannel. Is that good? And I accept that. Good job, MDB. Thank you.
It's fresh off the Old Navy American Eagle rags.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. What's Sami Zayn's ceiling? Sami's ceiling can be whatever Sami wants it to be, though it's not his time right now. I love Sami. If he ever wanted to be a champ, there's a story to be told there, and he's a really good underdog that the fans are behind, clearly based on the crowd. But he's not taking down Gunther. Sorry.
Could you see Sami Zayn as a world champion right now?
Right now, no. But I'm
saying in the next, I'll say the next 3 years.
Yeah, there would be no. I could see him definitely within the next 3 years. A lot could happen. A lot could change in 3 years, my friend.
Right.
So yeah, I could absolutely see that. He has bangers. That's all there is to it.
Oh, no one's doubting his talent. It's more of just does he get that world title spot?
Maybe. Again, I mean, if you told me that somewhere down in the future that Sami was going to fight like a Nakamura, we don't know how things are going to evolve over the next little bit. Again, I don't think now is his time, but if done right, if done well, there's no reason why Sami couldn't be the guy. To me, he has that like, oh my God, I can't believe he did it vibe. Like
he's your Daniel Bryan right now in WWE.
Yeah, a little bit. The underdog from the underground.
Minus the plastic bag.
Right.
I think he's scared.
As he has an innate ability of, he is relatable. He will get everybody behind every goddamn word that he said and everything with this promo. Like, God damn it, I can't wait to see him take on Gunther right now, even though I know Gunther's going to chop that ever-loving piss, tar, and leather out of this man.
As here comes Ludwig. What are you doing here?
He looks like the fucking guy hosting the TED Talk for fucking Steve Jobs for Apple.
Right.
We have the best cell phones out here.
Mm-hmm. They have an ad, Survivor Series ad. They have Liv and Dom and Roman. I think we get a tag. Team Liv and Team Rhea. No, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but it's not there as far as I can tell.
Yeah, no. Trying to see this.
Ludwig is excellent, by the way, guys, as he's getting a lot of boos from the crowd right now, giving Sami a hard time, probably setting up a Sami Ludwig match.
Probably for next week, and then that's what, if he wins, he gets to the match at Bad Blood. To set up that. Because right now we've already got 5 matches for Bad Blood, so out of 6, you book the system by adding an extra match. That wouldn't be a pre-show match for WWE, but as far as Liv and Rhea go, they've already got a singles match just set up at Bad Blood, so no extra stipulations, no caveats to that.
So interrupts Ludwig, Kaiser, and Gunther for a reason. Richard, again, I don't know what you're watching. Ludwig looking like he about to do a bank heist. He really does.
Yeah. Gunther's 13 coming out right now.
Right.
KJ might object to that. Well, he doesn't have, full.
What am I objecting to?
I guess I don't know. I don't even know. I was trying to say that you don't have full rule here, but I don't know what you're objecting to.
Yeah, Larry, what am I objecting to? I'm curious. Gunther would chop Omos. I wouldn't object to that if that's what the follow-up was. But yeah, no. Big Bronson Reed will defeat Gunther with 25 tsunamis. No time soon.
Edge should be back for this Judgment Day storyline in November. Too bad he's in AW. What?
Yeah, he's Edge has got a lot of rehabbing to do.
He's got a lot of thinking to do. I'm gonna ask this question. Who's closer to retirement? Adam Copeland or Tua Tagovailoa?
Shit. I don't know, because the other one I don't think is willing at this point in their career to say they're at that point.
Retire more.
Edge might be close. Well, Edge should be closer to that door.
Sami just walking a hole through Ludwig here. Ludwig looks like a Christmas elf. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Ludwig Kaiser might be a top 5 promo in the company. Dude speaks in such an entertaining pattern. Oh, 100%.
Ludwig's coming to his own, and I think Ludwig's got a lot of career against, and that's where we talk about the youth of WWE that gets ignored. Oh, wait a minute. Gunther. As Sami says, Gunther can speak for himself, and Gunther says, why, yes, I can. Ocean's Imperium, MDB.
Yes. But part of even Ludwig's mic skills has helped carry him with his in-ring still is still good, but the mic skills have put him a notch above.
Yeah, Tony, it's a very funny way to put that, but yeah.
Sauce as fuck with that comment. I literally fucking hawk tweet on my laptop with that. Yeah. What the fuck?
They're going to be born with Olympic qualifiers already clinched.
Mm-hmm. They'll breed the most Caucasian-y Caucasians ever to be Caucasian.
Very much so.
All right. I do still like the idea of a Gunther Sami Zayn match. Like, I know Sami's not going to win, but I know Gunther's going to sit there and just chop the ever-loving bejesus out of this man, because Sami's such that dog, and like you've even said, the underdog from the underground and everything, of you'll always still have that moment of he hits a hula kick and you think, what if? For fucking 10 seconds, it'll still sell you on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Ludwig taking out Sami. Sami trying to get through to Kaiser. You don't need to be this guy's this, but the reverse lock, Sister Abigail. Oh, Ludwig versus Gunther. Maybe one day. Eventually, Ludwig gets sick of being the patsy.
Giovanni Vinci losing 10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do.
Just saying. That the flame you keep underneath Ludwig's toes of like, well, you could be with me or you can lose in 10 seconds over there.
No, Gunther says no, and they throw him down again.
How do you say no to someone in such a nice flannel?
Oh. Flannel not doing
it. The French Canadian response was that? Are you Master P? You say oh instead of oh.
I said well.
Well, no, I heard you say oh, so it was like make them say oh instead of oh.
Gunther saying let's go, but Sami holding on to Ludwig.
I'll bite him. I'll bite him in the ankles.
Oh, wait a minute! Reversal suplex. And Gunther told him to leave. Oops.
Why are you trying to hit a Sister Abigail on Sami?
And a haluva. He does, his finisher is the Sister Abigail, but he hooks the arm the opposite way. I don't know what he calls it yet.
The Eister Sabigail? I don't know.
I wonder what will be the catalyst for Gunther to say yes. Maybe that's it. But Gunther's still laughing at him. And again, you make him work for it. He doesn't deserve it. Again, perfect storytelling, nice angle. I'm okay with that for sure.
You'll announce it next week to where Sami will do something or whatever, and then we'll make it official next week and everything. And then that's where you'll get it announced for Bad Blood and everything, and that'll probably, does that open the show for Bad Blood?
I don't know, because Gunther keeps saying no, so I don't know. Do we get past it?
Right. as I've got Kathy Gelly interviewing Damian Priest backstage right now.
Oh, Liv interrupting. I like all night. Like backstage has been very like chaotic and a lot of people overlapping and a lot of people, you know, kind of coming across each other's path tonight.
But, and I'll say this because I know that we've seen this in other companies, and at times it becomes convoluted and too much. But there's so much that crosses over and everything. There's connective tissue enough that this stuff makes sense. Like we've had stories that should have been things and everything, but just everything's fucking happening and people talk over people and everything like that, and nothing matters. But with all of this so far we've seen tonight, there's connective tissue. There's a reason why Liv's there to fuck with Priest and everything, and it plays into this down the road, and it plays into that we saw earlier. Of there's synapses. There, like I said, there's connective tissue, sir.
Yeah, I mean, again, the backstage segments all tie in within the story they're telling, especially within the Judgment Day. So again, it's not like it's not like widely like where like Liv's not having a backstage segment with Bird Lady. You know what I mean? Like she's
right.
Having a backstage segment with people that she's heavily involved in a rivalry with. Finn did the same thing with Rhea. As here comes Bálor.
One, you got all these people backstage together. They're not going to just let you get your promo shit off. You're not going to say all of this shit when I'm standing right here. Like, no, okay, so say it to my face then, motherfucker. If you're going to say it, it's a little bit of that too as well.
Yeah, but again, I think it allows. I like the element of like a real workspace. Like if we worked at that company or we work in the same company, even if we hate each other, there's a good chance we might bump into each other. Or if if me and you are feuding with somebody, or I got beef and you're my buddy, you might bump into somebody I dislike and have to deal with that kind of heat. So I like that interaction. I like how it could go both ways.
I smell. I'm not gonna go into that. I honestly just started thinking of 50 Cent verses and everything.
Right, but I will be right back, sir.
Fair enough. Fair enough. As I've got Bianca Belair coming out right now with Jade Cargill, and anyone else catch wind of this, hear anything about this of good old tuna go expletive yourself Meltzer and everything, talking about how under Triple H, Bianca Belair is no longer a star or anything like that, as she's still been prominently featured, been on damn near every pay-per-view so far in one form or fashion here. But yeah, I find it interesting as I'm in a commercial break getting an ad for 2K24. But I find it interesting about how this whole discourse of, well, now no one cares about Bianca. Well, now, she's not as prominent and everything. Right. But so then when everybody just gets pushed for a 12-year-long title reign, you call them, Becky Hogan and everything. Bianca Belair for the win. Mega saying, oh, yeah, Mega, Christian, y'all keep it amongst each other. 85 for overall. What? Well, right now we're at an 86 overall. Let's see if we can bump that up till, hit all them power-ups and everything, get back up to 100 overall and everything like that. As I will remind everybody, as we are in commercial break, as I'm getting a commercial for the voice and all of that, as you can hear my voice. But we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're back at it like a jackrabbit. For Tuesday night, we got the second dip, honey dip. The doubleheader for CM Punk going to be involved in NXT and everything. Wednesday night, Dynamite, how we doing? Thursday, we got me and Anthony out here watching some Impact Wrestling. You all asked for it, so now y'all getting it, and y'all getting that fresh squeezed Anthony pause when it comes to them Impact insiders and everything. Friday, we're back out here for SmackDown and everything like that. And I guess if I have to use the cheap ploy and everything to put the sugar honey iced tea on everything. But it is my birthday week. Saturday is my birthday. I turn a lovely whopping 36 years old. You can do with that what you will. I'm out here, getting Christ, I'm gonna sound like a terrible sports fan because I can't remember who was number 36 for Bruins, like I was trying to make the segue to and everything. And I know KJ will probably pop up here and tear me a new one here and everything. But 100%, my birthday is Saturday. 100%, we're still grinding out here. Nobody does it like we do. Often imitated, never replicated, often duplicated. We do what we do because other people can't do what we do. So 100%, we're tiptoeing out here. I'm Tony. No, I'm a Virgo, but that don't matter. But we're tiptoeing already out here at about, the 5.6K, 7K, the 6.7K, the 7Ks, and all of that and everything. So 100%, let's see if we can just keep growing that number and everything out there. I threw out the number. Oh, let's see if we can get to 10K by my birthday, but if we can get anybody close to that. So 100%, be your friend, tell a friend. You're doing your friends a disservice if you ain't telling them about the Wrestling for Life Network. But X saying I am 51. Well, congratulations. Bronson and Braun was fun versus Raw. Do you understand Nick's words coming out of his mouth? I don't even understand the words coming out of my mouth. So props on you if you understood it. I'll get your red velvet cake for you, but there you go. Hopefully just the cake, not the wrestler. But no, I'm a Virgo. Again, I still hate that whole astrology bullshit. But anyways, I can't wait for a Tuesday night more. Ken, I was having a good moment, and I had to come out there and remind me of Spooky Doogie, when do you chew? But yes, at least it will be outweighed by CM Punk showing up on NXT. And by the way, we're also getting towards the very end out here of NXT on USA. We're getting towards the end. We're in the final weeks here of even Monday Night Raw at 3 hours. Monday Night Raw is about to move towards 2 hours here, and then we're going to be moving towards Netflix. So still nothing but big changes going on in the wide world of wrestling, and 100% we still got you covered for anything and everything. We still got even more tricks and everything up our sleeves as we got it going on. Who's Joe Hendry Mega? Oh, you trolling with that one. Bianca is going stale as the baby face. Yes, and I will say that I think she was going stale before Jade, as I've got Io Sky coming out right now, and she is 100%. Like, are we actually at this point when it comes to WWE wrestling that we want, more the Joshi style wrestling and everything? Like, they've built them up enough that, in Io Sky seems like a viable title holder. Kairi Sane, table eye and all, seems like a viable title contender and everything. We've seen it even Christ just with Julia on NXT, and I'm waiting for when Asuka comes back here. So maybe we start to move towards that way here of we get actually Io has, main title runs and everything, main roster title runs, I'll say. But we are on our way, folks. So let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Bianca Belair or you're taking Io Sky. Let me know. I did spend my B-Day in the hospital on the 1st of the month. Well, Bashi, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, happy belated birthday. But yeah, hopefully I don't end up that way. Unless somehow by choice of my own. Yes, that sucks, my guy. But happy belated, I guess. Has anyone seen Nakamura wrestling recently? Wasn't my day to watch him. I think he's out there hanging out with AJ Styles. Oh, the double suplex, but nobody home, and then the double kip up from both women here. RMC, and I think Io wins. I'm taking Io. Yeah. I think we get Sami versus Ludwig at Bad Blood, #1 contender for Sami. No, I think we probably get that, something like that next week. And then we get the Bad Blood match announced, because that should be around when it's to go home and everything. So yeah, that would be my guesstimate, as we're getting all of the cooperation and choreographing and everything here with this match. Bianca for the win. This coming Saturday is the 4-year anniversary of Breaking My Sorry, Tony. Apparently everyone's having the anniversaries of sugar honey iced tea happening to him. Bianca flipping through and tells Io, kiss it. Again, this is an all right match, but it is very much you seeing moments of clear cooperation and cohabitation and everything. Of you're having Bianca pretty much hold her arm out of this is where you need to go to hit this, and vice versa. Nick, down the line, would you consider a Julio versus Io a dream match scenario? Could be. It's all on how you build to it. Like, I say that knowing that, like, Ricochet, as we go to commercial, hardly out of that point, as we just got Bianca and Io just kind of giving each other the nay here. But I will say, if you build to something like that and just, I've always had that issue with that of, I got suckered in with that when you did AJ and Nakamura at WrestleMania. And just got sold on, well, it's a dream match, and it didn't live up to it at all. So I really worry when it comes to that, unless you're going to make it work around that. Like Ricochet and Ospreay right now in AW is a dream match upon dream matches. But if you don't make it make sense and everything with it, then it really doesn't hit all the notes that it needs to, and it should, and it could. But Bastion, thank you, Big Nick. I had really high blood pressure. That's why I was at full. Fair enough, Bash. T's and B's, my guy. You know what a pod train. Big Mike saying, what's up, Big Nick? What's up, Chet? It's interesting from one big to another big. But yes, what up, Big Mike? Where's Kiana James? She's out there gallivanting with KJ right now. KJ on KJ action. But yes, no, right now I believe she's injured, and that's why it's always funny to me. See, I mentioned the devil and he shall appear.
He does.
You're right. So do you want to speak about the whereabouts of your girl Kiana James?
Dealing with injury. So it's that simple right now. Again, I mean, she's a young up and rising star, so she's got lots of runway. It's unfortunate of the timing of her injury, but she'll be back.
Did you see her out there walking the catwalk and everything like that at some award show or something like that? And it was her and Wardlow, and I can't remember what NXT Super. It was Shawn Spears. It was her, Spears, and Wardlow. Okay. I saw a picture of the three of them together out there showing off the fits and everything. It's like, that's an interesting picture all to get together, especially when one of you doesn't work with the other two. So
interesting.
Interessante.
Well, we all know that Wardlow's sitting in the WWE parking lot waiting for it, just counting the minutes.
He's the menace in the NXT parking lot. He's just like, I'm gonna take everybody out until they fucking sign me.
Right, let me in. Right. Yeah, we're in commercial break, folks. This match rolling on from what I was watching while I took a little breather there. I mean, these two of my favorite in the division. Io's an absolute, just a beast in there. But yeah, we're off and rolling. I think they're doing really, really strong, really good match out of the gate.
Two questions out of that while you were on our pause there. Is Bianca becoming stale as a quote unquote baby face? And B, do you see a Julia Io dream match down the road?
Yeah, I think because of the history there. I mean, Asuka and Julia might have a bigger ring to it at some point as well. But I mean, as Julia has a meteoric rise as we anticipate, if she is what we think she is, yeah, her taking on Io, her taking on Belair, her taking on everybody is going to be a bit dreamy.
But to me, it's you got to build to that and everything. Like you can have 100%. A Ricochet Ospreay dream match, and then you can sell us on just what it should be. I like I said, I got sold hook, line, and sinker with AJ versus Nakamura at WrestleMania a couple years back, and it nowhere delivered to what it should have been. Even despite all my gummy edibles and everything, you couldn't make that shit right.
Yeah, I think so. And again, I think we're only in the beginning of Julia. She already feels like a big deal. They presented her like a big deal to start this one, like her career off with NXT. And I think she's going to be the face of that division for quite a while. And then we'll see where she goes. But yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
Well, and then how do you feel big shoulder tackle from Bianca in the corner, but how do you feel Bianca fits right now into this division or in the women's division as a whole?
I think she's doing extremely well, and based on the crowd reaction right now, the crowd doesn't seem staled out with her. I think people like her with Jade. I think they're doing a really good job of keeping her relevant. They are actually have brought more credibility to the women's tag division lately than they have the men's. I believe the women's tag team division is ahead of the men's currently. And I think eventually there will be a moment where something gives, but yeah, I think people are behind. Like, people really get excited for Jade and Bianca when they come out still. So as long as that's still happening, I think they're okay.
Ooh. Big double knees in the corner. Does she still feel like the star she did before?
I think so. Yeah, I don't feel like she's, solid matches. She's paired next to one of the brightest blue chip prospects they have. Yeah, I mean, and I'm listening to the fan reaction right now. The fans are not sleeping on this. Portland is with it.
But is WWE leaning towards the Joshi wrestling and everything of Io, Kyrie, Julia?
No, I don't think so. I think that Damage Control has their part in all of this division. There's a handful of them, but you still have the Belairs, the Jades, the Baileys, the Nias, the Tiffys. As big 2 count. I love the old 3D gates, Canadian bangers, but unfortunate. I mean, yeah, they're not having issues like Jane's Addiction, but hey.
Wait, what?
Did you see Jane's Addiction went back out on the road and like second show that Perry and Navarro got in a scrap on stage?
No, the most I've seen as far as bands coming back out on stage and everything that maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda is Linkin Park with their new lead singer and everything. And it's just that's not the same band. That's not the same band.
That's a tough sell for me. I mean, to move forward.
That's not the band. That's not a band. It's not the same band.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen bands do it. It's tough. Yeah, they canceled.
That's when you got Audio Slave. Audio Slave exists because of shit like that.
Exactly. That's what you do with that, right? You're not Linkin Park. You're
Park Lincoln.
Yeah, Park Lincoln. Public playground. I don't care, right?
Your parking brake.
Oh, spine buster by Belair.
Oh, I got a
mini banger. I'm with you, AB. I'm loving this match. The women are putting on.
You can't call this a mini banger.
Mini banger.
Oh, I thought you said meaty banger. I was like, no, you can't call that. No. Arby's, we got the beef. No. You can't call that shit.
A mini banger.
There we go. Enunciation. You put I heard the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
All right. Bianca has more talent than Rhea. But
no. Maybe.
No, athletically, she's up there. Like it's. I mean, there's things that Belair can do.
Bianca and Rhea are the Charlotte and Becky of this generation.
Kinda, and I think the one thing that Rhea.
I will sell you on no kinda. It is guaranteed.
But Rhea, the advantage Rhea has over Belair is the fact that, that Rhea has more
charisma,
more connection with the audience. Belair still, especially as a baby face, kind of doesn't hit a lot of notes sometimes when you hand her the mic. But this is awesome chant for a straight up one-on-one women's dust up. I love this.
Bianca will do better in ring than Rhea will. Rhea will get you more invested in what's going on in ring than Bianca will.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm kind of nervous for the main event. Sounds like something is. I think that something is happening. There will be something. We'll see. I know you're a little protective of your Judgment Day, so it's going to be very interesting. And this will not be I don't expect a one-on-one barn burner. I expect a big angle coming out of the end of this night.
So as just goes into the table like okay, no, I missed the initial shot and just caught her like grabbing the back of her head and everything. I thought she was went in the table like a lawn dart. Yeah.
Look at this. Belair walks up the stairs with Io in fucking suplex position. Whew.
It's a new level of power. Bianca Belair is what everyone thinks Jade Cargill could, should, and would be.
Big 450, knees up.
I'm going to say it. Bianca's got the look. She's got the athleticism. She's got the size. She's got the stats. She's got what people want Jade to be is Bianca Belair.
Audio sleeve was great. Listen, Chris Cornell is one of the OGs, one of the best that ever did it. And EO gets a 3. There you go. Let's go.
Yo, package. Under 12.
Like it. Good match. Sets up the rematch for the tag titles. Check all the boxes on this one. I heard you say while I was on a pause that maybe you weren't thinking it started very well, but I thought, what a banger. The fans thought it was awesome. And again, you set up the rematch for the belts. Let's go.
And it's just really interesting to try and, like, every time you think you've got WWE's woman division figured out, they surprise you, and in all the best ways too. Like, when they surprise you, it's not a disappointment. They surprise you because they actually did shit better than what you thought they'd do.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels are booking the women extremely well. And I mean, I know a lot of people want to debate stuff, but we were talking about star ratings for women's matches earlier. And I mean, if the matches we saw rated got what they got from a Meltzer, that match right there is a 5-star banger. And that's not true, but that's the comparable.
That'll get 3.5 tops from Meltzer.
Yeah, he will not give the WWE women more than 2. Yeah, and it's the funniest shit.
Amazing how Sasha's carried that over to AW.
Right.
I've said this and I sent this to you even personally and everything as we go to commercial here. She is the Ralph Wiggum of fucking AW at this point. She is the basis of the curve of, well, I have to give her here, so I have to give everybody else this to correct the rest of the curve and everything, because there was not another match on the main show that went below 4 stars.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that pay-per-view with that.
I feel fans, I've read fans rejoicing of, like, and they base it out like, oh, this averaged 4.47 stars. What an epic all out. Wait, what? Like, really? That's what we're like. Meltzer and cage match is how you're going to define whether or not it was a good match. How about how was the crowd in the building? How about how did the matches go? How about where was the excitement, entertainment? Like, what the fuck?
When did wrestling fans become like the 3 blind mice out there and everything like that? Of like, I'm sorry, even you and I, we do this all the time and everything like that. We're brothers from a different mother and everything like that. But we still won't even agree with what we see with our own eyes and everything like that. Like, how can you be so naive to sit there and praise something that you didn't watch, that you didn't see? And everything just based off of what someone else told you that they saw. Like, no, I got to see this to believe this and everything. We were here, and nothing that this man said is anywhere close. Outside of the 2.5, I can't agree with any of it.
That's why the new flame ratings from the Wrestling for Life Network will be taken. How many flames does this match get? Flame on.
Fucking Johnny Nitro. Flame on.
See, folks, we're just winging it.
Right. Come on, Flamers. Let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah. This was a nice women's tag feud. Yeah. And you know what? The women's tag division's been a little hot potato-y with the belts and stuff, but I think it's making people pay attention, because we don't know when that title's going to move. And it's been, we were shocked when Bálor and Jade lost it. And now we're kind of surprised that EO's and Damage Control's kind of gone back up that road. So I kind of like what's happening. Please flame off. Come on, Larry.
Yeah. The interesting thing when it comes to the women's tag division, because there's so many good women's singles competitors, that to throw them into tag titles or tag teams and everything, you're like, hey, but you could have been here. But I can't complain, because like that match was still really good. That match was really good, 100%. That was Bianca versus Io, and that was a number one contenders match versus their in tag teams and everything. Maybe it would have hit a little bit better, but it still shows you the depth that they've got at that division.
But that's the catch-22, Nick, is where fans are demanding and hoping for more credibility. As we get an American-made pre-tape here, mini angle, not media.
I heard he managed them for the right price.
Yeah, obviously, if they paid, no shit, Kurt.
I mean, I got a pack of blue chews that might help say otherwise. Perk Angle might make a comeback,
right? But yeah, I mean, again, I think
what in the fuck? Bud Light, fucking Jesus Christ,
what? Nick. Just to quickly shift gears here, but
yeah,
I like what they're doing here with American Made, where people, where the concern is they got dusted by the Wyatt Six, and you're like, oh, they must be done. No, now they're giving us a really good package to no, we can't be stopped. We can't be killed. We lost a battle, but we will not lose wars. It was good.
Much like most Americans, even if we're proven completely wrong, we can't be beaten. We can't be stopped. Even despite the facts, we're still completely right. Even if we're full of shit, we're completely right.
Yeah. As Ludwig backstage, we're setting up a Ludwig Sami match for sure. Gatekeeper match. Sami's going to get through Ludwig to get
this week.
What? Yeah, probably.
I said two choices, and you said, yeah, probably. So which one? This week? Next week. Why does it look like Sami behind him there with the glasses?
Yeah, right. As Ludwig is pointing out that Sami has a shitty history. That what about your relationship with Kevin Owens? You ain't so good. I want to show the world you're nothing but a sad. Wow. Ludwig is such a good promo, dude. This guy's you can strap a rocket to this guy.
But that's the thing is he's good in ring, but his on mic skills put him the next level above. Yeah. They really the next advantage.
Mm-hmm. He has the intangible.
Well, it's you go at any sport of say the guy's fast on skates. He's got good stick skills and everything like that. But he's also got, he's good on a fucking forecheck or whatever. That puts you the next level, fucking a bit above and everything.
What's his determination? What is his drive like? Like if you're already naturally gifted, but you're putting in that extra work, you're hard to stop.
Right.
But next week, official. Sami versus Ludwig, official for next week, folks.
Hey, let's go. But yeah, speaking of fucking fitting with us, so if already talented, but can just put in the extra drive and everything with that.
The intangibles, bro.
Right.
McIntyre returns.
Most people have the the untouchables. We got the intangibles. That's
anybody can sit on a screen and yell about what their favorite wrestler is doing, but
no, they mostly just do this.
Yeah, or that too, right? Are you awake?
Did my shit freeze or did you freeze?
If we pause around here, our shit froze.
Right.
I don't know if AEW shows don't realize the fact that they are being disingenuous about the shit, and they shows actually are hurting the product they love. No. And again, this has been our biggest component, I think, Nick. And the thing that I've beaten this drum so hard is if Meltzer could get out of the rectum of certain people, he could then be honest. And if he had that tribal army that listens to him and believes in him, echoing his disappointment with the wrestling, it would do so much better for AEW. Pinky, 100%. By the way, Ilya.
Yeah, and by the way, that's clearly got to be the main event next week. It is Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso for the IC belt here. But yeah, Ilya dapping up Miami Vice Jey Uso.
Oh, wait a minute. The Judgment Day circling Ilya. All night, there's been all these weird little interactions and twists and turns.
Don't fuck with the equalizer. He'll sit there and he'll sit there and check his watch and be like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
What? That's how many seconds it's gonna take me to whoop your ass.
Right.
But no, there's a multitude of issues when it comes to shit with like that with AEW. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, again, it's been nonstop. And again, if you believe, if you think your farts don't stink, you got a problem. And at the end of the day, that's the problem is again, all the analytics are going in the wrong direction, but these diehards that won't be honest, it hurts because it's continuing the booking that isn't growing the brand. And if the brand doesn't grow, then we don't have a legitimate competition to give a shit about. And we want to have that. We had dude, somebody clicked in our reaction to All Out, like the post All Out, when we were kind of upset about how they did. And the comment is WWE shows. Like, ignorance is bliss, I guess, for certain people. And again, instead of listening to the opinion and understanding why the opinion exists, it's, oh, you must be WWE shows. No. Again, look at the library. Look at the extensive history we put into this. But it's easier for them to dismiss the opposing opinion because then somehow their favorite isn't as good as they want it to be.
Failure to accept feedback is a failure to accept growth.
Amen, brother.
Really what it is. If you can't take anybody saying anything at you, then you are going to never grow. You are going to stay where you're at.
Yeah, or regress backwards as other people pass you. And I feel like in this particular case, we are watching them get passed and lapped and refuse to admit why.
Yeah, well, and now you have to then create more and more absurdity excuses to explain everything, to explain bullshit away, rather than accept everything. Honesty is the key that unlocks everything. If you are honest with yourself and if you are honest with what the fuck you are doing, then there ain't shit that's going to stop you. If you're lying and deceitful about shit, then you have to cover up the lies and the deceit. That's the thing.
Right. As up next,
speaking of lies and deceits, we've got Street
As Damien and Dom about to go one-on-one, folks, in the main event of tonight's show. Judgment Day is all at ringside. I think we're just about to get a kerfuffle of epic proportion, but we will see.
We're going to get dumpsters rolling down the street, floating out there.
Right.
Break number 14. Oh, so whoever took the over, you won twice as much, which I mentioned this earlier when you were having internet issues and everything. So I'm asking you this quick here as we're in a commercial break. How the am I about to go 0-2 in our fantasy football league and everything, my guy?
Yeah, I took an L this week, mostly because Josh Allen didn't give me the numbers I was hoping for.
Oh, I thought you were about to go.
I'm right. I'm down by 1 point, but he's got somebody going tonight, and I'm done, so I'm fine. 0-2. I don't know. You haven't pulled off any of your shiesty trades yet, so stay tuned.
Oh, shut up, you! I was waiting for some shit like that.
Eight people in the
chat.
I was
like, no one can say nothing right now because I'm commissioner of the league and I'm 0-2.
8 people in the chat chuckled out loud when I said that.
I'm doing the job, so no one can say shit.
That's it. Slow play.
It's job at the beginning. So when I come back and go on a 12-2 run, no one can say shit.
It's early. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But I think I'm pretty confident I'm taking an L this week after a nice.
Oh, don't worry. We're still talking about fantasy puck too and everything like that.
Fantasy puck on the way.
Yeah, you got me out there making me do fantasy drafts or mock drafts and everything out there, just testing my skills already because I know shit about shit.
I'm looking forward to this one because there's been a lot of interesting change in the league this year.
I ain't gonna know shit about shit. If I heard you in the past 3 years, I ain't gonna draft you, respectfully. I don't know you.
Nick's like scrolling through the list. Where's your
No, that's why my team was like Crosby, fucking Malkin. Right. It's like if I heard you in the past 3 years, I ain't fucking with you.
Well, we'll find out, folks. But we are in another commercial break. I'm hoping it's I don't know. It might be the second last commercial break we get tonight, but there's been a slew of them. USA maximizing some of their dollars on the way out the door.
Yeah.
Zoe Starks attacking Dominic and Priest. Richard, stop it. I'm not clicking on your shit anymore. I'm starting to love Testatori. He's getting better and better. That's it. He's just got to adjust. And we've seen other ESPN sports guys come in and they call wrestling like a sport, and it's different. You almost have to treat it as if you're a homer. Like, if you are that guy that really publicly roots as a commentator for that team and you're impassionate, that's how you have to be as a commentator. And I think that's where Testatori will learn. And I think guys like Triple H and the guys around him will really help.
Yeah, and by the way, it's Testatori, not Testatori. Every time you say that, my fucking skin crawls a little bit as an Italian. I'm like, no,
you get off
the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Right. But when I get off stream tonight, I'm going for a big bowl of testosterone. Let's go.
I got a testosterone macaroni. But yeah, and you do get some people like the play-by-play that you would get in, say, a baseball game or anything, like any sort of sports game.
Yeah.
Like your straight-laced guy.
Yeah.
Almost doesn't exist in pro wrestling because even your play-by-play guys got some pizzazz and everything because they're laying up the color guy and everything.
Well, you know who the closest to that is Excalibur, because he's just regurgitating what he's seeing right in front of him without that inflection, without that, oh my God.
Like, we got the Hajime followed by the Busaiku knee, the fucking Shadowed Wizard's dream on the tears as I fly to Icarus. Like, he just says shit to say shit.
Yeah, he's just naming moves. And I'm like, okay, but like, what's the story, my glory?
Yeah, he's the adverse, or he's a bad play-by-play guy in wrestling sense. No, he's like the guy that, like, if it's, fucking baseball or whatever, just calls nothing but balls and strikes. It has nothing to contribute to any sort of other fucking commentary in the game outside of balls and strikes.
Yeah, 100%. And again, the ironic part is he's the one wearing the lucha mask and testosterone over here looking dapper.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm pretty sure WWE has used the neuralizer from Men in Black on the creative team because they have no mention that Sonya EO match ever again. I don't know if that's true. And again, as they get into something, then it will probably come up. But there's no reason to kind of talk about it at this moment. They're not really interacting.
Yeah, just because it happened doesn't mean you need to bring it up.
Oh man!
But we're getting. So no, go ahead.
We're getting the graphic for Finn Bálor and Damian Priest. Bad blood. This should be a fun match. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Fair enough. I was just getting that as I just got the graphic for Rhea and Liv. So yeah, we're getting all of the Judgment Day influence out there when it comes to bad blood.
Why?
Christ, you get Travis Kelce out there, you can get Taylor Swift.
Listen, 316. I really think. I get that you're a Liv fan, but I don't think there's a lack of love for Liv. There's a lot of people that love Liv and actually maybe give her too much love. I think she's great. She's absolutely phenomenal. One of the biggest draws in this company right now. And I think a lot of people give her credit and not mention that. I mean, she's a gorgeous young lady doing her job really well. But I don't think there's a whole lot of no love for her, but a lot of Rhea fans out there. That's what makes this fun. Anytime you have wrestlers that people can debate, it makes it fun. So we're good. Yeah, look, now Larry.
Well, it's not that there's no love. It's literally that there's a constituency against her and everything like that. It's that it's equal sides on the battlefield here.
Yeah. Are you team werewolf or team vampire? Are you team Blondie or
team Jacob or team N-word? Are you shiny vampire or shiny werewolf?
I prefer blondes. You're going to go goth. We're all even.
Oh, I'm brunette all the way.
Good answer. Good answer.
No, wife's a brunette. So 100% good answer.
I just pictured a head popping in the screen.
Oh, my guy. It's been her goal to sit there and just become like the fuck with me and scare me on stream. So I'm waiting. Literally, if I didn't have the green screen turtle shell here, I'd be fucked.
I don't think Punk and Drew can stay on the same brand after the PLE. It wouldn't make sense. They would attack each other each and every time. No, I mean, again, I don't think there's a necessarily to separate them. I mean, they could, but again, you do it right and you make it make sense and you just don't have them interact. You keep them apart. Like, you don't see them. Oh, wow, we're off and running and Damien ain't wasting no time.
Right. And to me, it does make the most sense to me a little bit, especially if you're going to probably set up Drew and Seth or Punk and Seth after this and everything.
Yes.
So you separate Drew. Do you trade a Drew for a Bailey? If Bailey loses to Nia and is off of SmackDown, but you got a Drew McIntyre.
I think, yeah, and I actually think Drew might go after Gunther at some point. So I don't know, man. I mean, maybe Drew goes after Cody, but then Drew's going to get lost in that shuffle because he's not beating Cody. So
I'd rather see Drew versus Gunther because you actually more believe Drew could beat Gunther than you do Drew versus Cody, respectfully.
Yes, on paper. Yes. For sure.
Speaking on paper, I'm gonna go check them papers, make sure everything's
check them papers, eh? Damian Priest taking 63% of the vote, folks.
Mouse work.
There he goes. There he goes. Nick taking a pause for the cause as we roll in to the final 15 minutes of the show, folks. And we are getting ready to gear down and pack it up. But it's we got a main event to figure out. Judgment Day at ringside. And Damian doing his thing, kind of outnumbered and surrounded. I've always enjoyed the straight-laced commentary like Mike Tenay in WCW. Mike Tenay was good, but he still had that inflection, and he was still a storyteller. Butt kiss, by the way. I love it. But yeah, I mean, that to me is part of this aspect of there was an element of storytelling to Tenay. There was an inflection, an up and down. Straight lace. Like, he definitely called it down the middle. But again, it's what you're trying to tell. And by the way, I forgot to mention Rhea is at ringside as well. But I see what you're saying. And again, you want those guys. Again, I think the king is JR because JR told the fans exactly what emotion they should be feeling. I'm a fan and a stam. I know what you're trying to. Liv Morgan got interrupted. Stop it, Richard. I'm a fan and a stan. That makes more sense. I got you, bro. Hi, KJ and Nick. Why can Dynamite be like Raw on Monday? Wednesday nights have become unbearable. Philip, I'm here every single Wednesday, 2+ hours, hanging out, talking Dynamite. We start off every Dynamite with hope and happiness, and we really want it to do well. What it is lacking right now is big names that feel big names, stories that we're interested in, and a lot of things that don't make sense, a lot of things that the dots don't connect. And I think that's what we're lacking. Again, I think it's the difference between watching YouTube clips and watching a full show. Some of the matches make really good YouTube clips, but as a 2-hour weekly show, it's just lacking energy. And I'll be honest, you watch Raw with I don't know how many people are in the building tonight, 10,000, 11,000, and they're on their feet. They're loud. They're chanting, we are awesome. But when you're in a giant venue with 1,900 people, 2,200 people, it doesn't hit the same. It just doesn't. And the biggest issue with Dynamite is the man booking the shows. Again, I have to tell AEW fans, I'm an AEW fan every time I say something like that. But I really wish more AEW fans would do what we're doing and just be honest. If they're good, Will Ospreay and Pac killed it. Beautiful. Willow and Stat killed it. Beautiful. But I can't give marks. I watched a steel cage match on Friday that absolutely burned with no weapons, with no needles, with no cinder blocks. And I watched one on Saturday that bored me to tears with all of the above. That's the problem. If you're playing to a minute niche audience, you're going to get a response from a minute niche audience. And that's what it's become. WWE has been trying to tying up loose ends lately, so just be patient. That's it. Triple H as part, tope onto the table. I think we're going to get a commercial here as JD giving some love to Dom Dom. Big tope. But yeah, I think Triple H is really forcing WWE fans to be patient. Undeniably, like, be patient. I'm not Jimmy. We've been talking about Jimmy returning for a month. Just be patient. When it's a marathon, not a sprint. These guys do, 50 shows a year. We gotta be patient. Liv promo Liv is amazing. Like, Liv's promos are outstanding. She's garnering a ton of heat. Partnering her with Dom was genius. And again, I got to give the girl her flowers. And she is a girl or a woman that has, she got her own ring. She wants to train and get better in ring. And again, I think wrestling fans at times, and I said this before with Wendy Chu and others, is once you kind of have an idea on somebody, they can't let that go. So even if the wrestler improves or changes, they remember the time they sucked. And I think that's part of what's wrong with Karrion Kross, is they haven't been able to erase the fans' memory of the shitty Karrion Kross we've had. Who thinks some thumbtacks will be used? WWE doesn't use thumbtacks a lot, so if they pull them out, it'd be a surprise. Travis Kelce has 39 years on the season so far. 39 yards on the season. I was that close to drafting him, MDB, and you were fucking with my draft, so enjoy him. But he'll wake up. He's too big. He's got those jello legs from Taylor. Who's Lisa? Have you seen the WWE will have a house show in the same state at the same day of AEW World's End in the last month of the year? I did not see that. Very interesting. I still imagine that, you know, a pay-per-view should do very strong for AEW, especially that one. We'll see. We'll see. All rise for the Terror Twins. Wow, I'm not far behind, eh? Oh, no, I'm not. Dom getting true heat. Again, you gotta... Is Dom the best professional wrestler I've ever seen? No. Was Sandow the best wrestler we ever saw between the ropes? No, he was a good wrestler, but he got him. That's what you got to give credit where it is a Jew. If you're able to put yourself over, you win. Hey, that's funny. You really did, though. You were a pain in my ass all day. Final count, 15 commercial breaks. You think we're done? They're not going to squeeze another one in, right? But thank you, Curtis, our current prediction champion, folks. And remember, every pay-per-view, the prediction title goes on the line. So make sure you do not miss that. Liv gives you drug-addicted girlfriend. She gives you that girl, like we said, she's the mouthy one. She's the girl at the bar getting her boyfriend in fights. Where, like, you know, shut your mouth. You're like, oh, stop it. They're going to punch me, not you, girl. Be quiet. Did you say tope or toupee? Are you talking about Monet's hair? Oh, my God. Again, one of the reasons why you got to scratch your head, like, it became embarrassing. If you want to do all this shit and make yourself so grandiose, again, do it right or don't do it at all. Let's talk about wrestling stopping hater companies around. DJ, welcome. I love it. If we could shut it down, this is the wrestling utopia. And there's people in this chat right now that have stopped in and didn't, you know, they would start by like, oh, you know, WWE sucks and I hate it, or AEW sucks. And we would talk them into being fans and friends and family. And that's what we've always wanted to do, is welcome the opinion. You don't have to hate it. Nick and I fight like cats and dogs about shit. Mom and dad get mad at each other once in a while. But it's all in love. It's in that spirit. Like, nobody should be told to die or go away or have their kids taken away because they don't agree on a wrestling show. Like, it's silliness. Enjoy it. We are in a wrestling renaissance. We are in a blow up. Wrestling hasn't been this hot in decades, and it is cooking. I love AEW. I want them to get their shit together. I love WWE and the fact that they're cooking right now. And if everybody could just stop hating each other for not having the same opinion. Dick Butkus, I'll get back. Dom punching down on Damien. People get down on wrestlers when they aren't as good as the legends, but not everyone can be meant or unfair to hold everyone. It's not even that. It's the same thing that we were talking about earlier with the women's tag team division. Like, does this feel a little stale? Well, no, because you guys, fans demanded more love for the women. Fans demanded more love for the tag team division for the women. Now we're getting it, and people are like, I don't know if I want to see it. You got to pick. You either want it or you don't want it. And looking to the past doesn't matter. We got some really solid, amazing wrestlers that do their thing week in and week out, and they entertain a lot of people, including us. We should be appreciative of it in a lot of ways. Larry Singham. We get 2 count from Damien as he fires up. I'm on the verge of not watching AW at all. The overall is too unbearable. Their highs are really high, their lows are really low, and they haven't really found a good mean, a good middle, a good average. That's my biggest, I love what I love from them, but then you get a learning tree. Do you guys see Jericho? Anyone out there see Jericho versus Mystico, or any of the highlights of Jericho walking through a match with Mystico? You still got it. Holy shit. I've seen 2 tortoises fuck with more energy than those 2. Poor Mystico. We get the Falcon Arrow. But in a release, Liv putting the rope on leg on the rope. Right? Oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, Rhea Ripley taking Liv over the table. They went down hard. Holy fucking hell. Damien taking out Carlito. That Jericho shit, yeah, it's bad. But nobody has the balls to tell him the truth. KJ. Shut up. It's happened. I have the internet. Yeah, Spear Liv big time, right out of her boots. As Damien taking out the boys. Holy shit. The best spot in the whole match was Rhea on Liv. Drop kick to the back, setting up the 619. Dom off the ropes. Lands it. Fucking horribly. Natty versus Sonya Deville announced next week. Okay, Natty loses there for sure. Whit Barrett got a free lap dance. It's a drive-by lap dance. Whoop. Yeah. Well played, C-Money. And fuck you all at the same time, sir. I like it. And there it is. South of Heaven for the win. And they get on him right away. So Jey Uso's about to come out. 2 minutes left on the clock, by the way. With potential over. We point few people complaining to push discussion. Yeah, that's it. I want to talk about it. I want to know why you hate things. And we see it all the time. You guys, a lot of fans have been here for a lot. Rhea's up. Oh, wait. Liv yanking her down. Rhea into the steps. And the boys are just all over Damien. Yeah. Again, you cannot like something, but tell me why. If you're going to come to a battle of wits, make sure you're armed. 4-0. So there are only 4 matches tonight? That's a little low. Drew McIntyre, we're entering next week. Absolutely. We got a match to build for Bad Blood, folks. Holy shit. Jey Uso comes out as expected, and Braun Breaker takes him out of his shoes. And yeets him. So I guess we're going off the air like this. Holy shit. Spear from Braun. There you go. See? I'm not alone. Saw it on ridiculousness. Leave me alone. Holy shit. Liv popping Rhea. Damien getting the coup de grace. Finn going back up. Taking a page out of Bronson Reed's book. Another coup de grace. Coup de Greasy into the chest. Rhea down. Damien down. Jey Uso down. And Finn goes back to the top. It's beautiful, my guy. Beautiful, Nick. I mean, again, you see this, you know, Jay's been friends with these guys. He's coming out. And I mean, that reminds me, you remember the old days, right? You had the heel locker room, the babyface locker room, and sometimes the heels would work together. Sometimes the babyfaces would help each other. And that's how it is. Like we see on some shows, like a babyface can just get whooped in front of another babyface, and the other babyface is like, oh, that's your problem, bro. So, ladies and gentlemen, WWE has gone off the air. That is the end of Raw. Get your ratings out of 10 in the chat tonight. How did you feel about the show? Did you like it? Again, fast 3 hours. There's some things I would like a little bit more of, but a really fast 3 hours. And again, strong ending, a couple strong matches. I think one of my criticisms of tonight is I could use a little more in-ring. I know we're heading to Bad Blood, lost story tonight, but Punk started us off hot. Damian and then this whole stuff, the whole intertwining, like you said, the threads that we're weaving with Judgment Day, great. I'm looking forward to Finn, Damian, Bronson Reed, and Braun killed it. Yeah. This kind of tiring to watch. You might have to expand on that chair. 10 out of 10. I wouldn't go that far. Get well soon, Thunder Rosa. She had us. I hate to hear that. Again, an underutilized talent, and all the best to Thunder. Friend of the channel sometimes. Original score 8, now 6. I wonder why, Larry. That'd be interesting. I had the strange feeling that someday on this chat there will be a conversation about sound. Yeah, again, the things I never thought I'd be on YouTube talking about, and there's a long list at this point. Judgment Day really saving Carlito's WWE run. Yeah, a lot of people question it, including me, of like, is this the right fit? He's done perfect. He's done really well. And again, as like the elder statesman, but not like, he's kind of like, he's kind of like the Elvis of the gang, if you get that one. If you get that SOA reference. Good ending to the show. Absolutely. Raw was solid tonight, says Anthony. Solid's good for me. I think Braun's losing next week. I thought he was going to win. Now I'm not sure. 8 out of 10 knee pads. There you go. Thank you, MDB. Good show. Baby faces are always made to look like heels. Baby faces are always made to look like heels. I don't think so. Not in this company. Not with WWE. WWE's been very definitive on who the baby faces are and who the heels are. So unless I misunderstand what your thought is there, Chair, I don't agree. 8.5 out of 10, 10, 8. Welcome, 123 Kid. 8 out of 10. Lisa, 15 out of 10. So good. I give it a 10. Favorite part of the show was King Kong Bronson Reed was Braun Strowman. Godzilla went through the wall. Xavier Woods was living in Kofi Kingston, and CM Punk promo was fire. I'll say 8 out of 10 for Braun Strowman, Braun Spear. Yeah, absolutely. 7.7. I'm like, is tonight a 7.5 or is tonight an 8? That's where I'm at. Thanks so much. I don't get it. 7.5 out of 10. 9. 8.5. KJ ending brought it down for me. But I thought the ending was amazing. Like, you're setting up 2 matches for Bad Blood at the same time. 3. You are essentially building 3 matches at the same time for your upcoming pay-per-view, and the heels go off the air with the heroes. Now you got to tune in next week. Can the good guys overcome? Again, if you didn't like it, I'm okay, Larry, but I thought it was really fucking solid. Really good story. Now time to watch Hoarders. Or you're going to watch Meltzer? What's up with that? 8 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Kira, that's a bit low. WWE has been good. It has. Monday Night Raw in particular. We've had some ups and downs with SmackDown. But I think SmackDown in the last couple episodes really, really strong. Raw has been on a roll. I will admit, Raw has been good. 8 out of 10. I meant babyface. No one comes to help. Yeah, I mean, again, I think in modern wrestling, like if this was years ago, you'd at least have some refs out there trying to stop it or like waving them. It adds like, and I miss when they used to ring the bell. Am I the only one that misses that? Like, ring the bell. I don't know why. The timekeeper thought that would save the day, but it added to the kind of the anxiety of the moment of like, ding, 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 ding. Stop beating him. He's already dead. So yeah, that's my take on it. There you go. I think the Judgment Day is going to help Breaker a Bad Blood. Maybe, maybe not. The end made it an 8. I was heavily leaning towards 7.5. I think I'm going to go there. I think I'll slide in an 8 tonight. I'll call it a solid show. It was more than, I just think the 7.5, 8 in that range. 8, I can be convinced. I think the reason I'm leaning towards the 7.5 is I felt like there just needed to be a little more in the in-ring. And on a 3-hour show, I think tonight was a little light of the in-ring stuff. But Braun and Bronson, I mean, that match ends up being a write-off for a good reason. The main event wasn't bad. I wasn't bored with the main event at all. Good storytelling. Io and Sky, match of the night. 100% Damien. 8.5. Why can't SmackDown be like Raw? They'll get it. It's like ebbs and flows, and we're getting there. Roman comes back now; it's getting really interesting. So we'll see. Rhea is going to destroy Liv eventually. That is the payoff. That's what we're all hoping for, and it will come. She will get her just desserts at some point. 8 or 8.5. There you go. I'm with you. 8. Nah, but in this episode, a lady lives in her backyard with cats because her house is. I thought you were talking about the wrestling for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? There was even in one episode of Hoarders when the people found a dead snake in a pile. Oh, I mean, there's some dandy. I don't get it. I know it's a thing, but I don't get it. Raw continues to be the best weekly wrestling show, in my opinion. It's on a tear. Brandon laughing. The bell keeper repeatedly ringing the bell was just adding more drama for some reason. Stopping. Yeah, it was just like, remember you'd have like JR screaming and yelling and the timekeeper's ringing the bell and you're like, oh my God, this is chaos. What are we going to do? And it like right now you're just watching like everybody's okay with this beating down. Like, okay, like there should be something when it spills into a brawl like that. And we saw it with Bronson and Braun tonight, where you really did, you felt like they were trying to stop these guys, but how do you stop them? 8.5 tonight for Raw. Ripley wins the Rumble. That's how she wins the belt back, maybe. Again, that's a long-term storytelling. We'll see. Should we worry that the PFC has taken so many losses? I don't love it, but I think Sonya's going to beat Natty next week. So we'll see. They need, again, kind of like Karrion Kross and Final Testament. If you want me to believe in this faction, they gotta deliver between the ropes. And I think that's what it needs to. Then that's where we need to get with it. I still think Rhea versus Liv needs a stipulation of bad blood. You might not be wrong, sir. I mean, again, it's been such a heated rivalry, and there's been so much outside interference and so much bullshit that maybe it does need a little bit of something, a little pepper on it. Yeah, this isn't supposed to happen. Like, this wasn't the plan. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, exactly, Nick. I like that. Anthony, the stipulation should be they can't fight again for a year. Maybe. Loser leaves Raw. We'll do it, and then they'll have a swap. Naomi one way and Liv the other way. I wonder when Kross and Miz finally align. Are they going to align, or are they just is Kross going to beat him up? Because my fear is if Kross beats up the Miz, nobody's going to care. I'm worried. Raw was cool. I give it a C. C seems a bit low. I do love Big Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, promo breaker, Jey Uso, Gunther, Sami Zayn. A lot of good stuff happened. I said my only critique, my big takeaway is if they maybe had slid in one more kind of decent match, I would have been a little bit happier with the show. Long show, not a ton of in-ring, but bad blood. So there you go. The QR code teases Howdy recruiting Braun. Oh, okay. I have to check that out. We will be back tomorrow to talk about it. KJ got the heat tonight. Who would ever thought that happened in pro wrestling? There you go. 10 out of 10. For Raw, let's go. Judgment Day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it last call for alcohol tonight. We are packing it in. Go Falcons, I suppose. You should watch the Miz A&E documentary. Really good. Yeah, it's a good watch. And again, I'm a big fan of the Miz. I defend the Miz. The Miz has been a good hand for a lot of years. I think he deserves a Hall of Fame spot when he retires. I give the Miz a lot of credit, but I don't know if the fan base is going to be that depressed watching him get beat up by somebody. Unless you throw R-Truth in there. R-Truth is the X factor. Because anybody touch R-Truth is an instant heel. They're fucked. I wouldn't mind Bronson. All right. Have a ton of respect. All righty. SmackDown needs some. What is that? What is that? Drew should be leave. Yeah, maybe. Wade said, I'm back. Good night, fellas. 6.6. A little low, Bash, but okay. I see ya. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. As always, remember, we are back tomorrow. We watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there, and we appreciate you for being a part of the family. NXT tomorrow, stacked. CM Punk will be there. I don't know why, but we will find out together. And then Dynamite, we got so much more coming your way. We're working on some cool things, some behind-the-scenes stuff. I know I've teased it a couple times as one of the things we're doing. But as always, here, the Wrestling for Life Network, bigger, better, and beyond. From the basement to the penthouse and further, it is only beginning, folks. And we appreciate every single one of you for joining us tonight. And until tomorrow, I'll see you on the flip side. Good night. I missed the button. All right, let's try this again. Good night.